Alright, so, I hope you're all having a good evening, as tonight we are finally talking about one of the big things that were supposed to be talked about last weekend before shit happened, but welcome to the next edition of the GoldenFox podcast. So, going from top to bottom, we have Aeon of Dreams.
Hello, dearies. How are you?
We have DuskFlare.
Hi again.
And that's it. Alright, we have Galaxy.
Hello, I'm kind of drawing right now. And...
We have Lightning Bliss.
Hi, I'm GoldenFox. Diamond.
Hi, I'm Lightning Bliss. Magic, unicorn magic. Rainbows.
I was about to say rainbows.
You could have gone with rainbows!
I'm surprised neither of you went for the obvious orb menu.
God damn it.
Speaking of Rob and orb menu.
Yeah, speaking of orb menu.
You stole my damn bit! That's the closest thing to a cold one. I just have a bottom right.
And
I don't think we've ever met on Aeon.
And lastly, we have Ryley.
Oh!
Kill me.
Great introductions, everyone. 10 out of 10.
Okay, Goofy will do it for you.
Yep.
I'm the demon and I'm telling you to... No, I'm kidding.
So, as this is being presented, either through Twitch or on YouTube, there's going to be some occasional freeze frames because the internet wants to be a shithead. So, apologies in advance if there's, frozen frames on the wave spectrum. But aside from my little frustrations, how are you guys doing tonight?
Don't bitch about it. It's my job to do that. If anyone gets to make a joke about it in the comment section of the video, it's gonna be me. And I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, Golden?
I am hanging in there.
It's a fucking day. It's been, really fucking cloudy and rainy here, and it kind of sucks.
I'm bored. Wanna hang out with people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My leg isn't in pain, which was one of the other reasons I really shouldn't have been on last week's podcast, because, fuck, I was, in actual pain. It was not fun.
What did you do to your leg?
How bad was it?
So I tweaked a muscle at some point, I just fucked up something in the bottom of my foot, and it was in pain for about a whole fucking week. So I've been icing and elevating and taking painkillers, and gotta say, playing Forza Horizon 4 while taking painkillers is very fucking funny. So I'm just fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna just drive off a cliff.
Yeet.
Oh, look who finally joined.
Hey, it's Siller! We had a whole, backup plan for you.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I see that my area of expertise is being called into question here.
Yes, because that particular topic is going to be coming in.
Oh, excellent. Looks like I got here just in time.
Yep. Alright, so, anybody else want to share how their life has been going for the past week or so? Has it been shit? Has it been fun?
I'm still blind in my left eye.
I was having a bad time, but I just brewed shamanic potions, so I'm moving at 10,000 miles per hour. I have Sharingan right now.
Oh dear.
I know everything you will say before you even said it.
Oh yeah? What am I fixing to say right now?
Oh dear.
I completed the sentence in my head, but my mind is pondering cosmic things further. I need to get you to try this at some point.
Wait, did you say Borther?
Yes.
Did.
We've been saying that for a couple of, a fucking month now?
Yeah, the whole
months,
brother
yeah.
or brother thing, that's been a thing for a while now.
No, not brother. They said Borther.
Yeah,
Borther a lot too.
It's so cute.
No, Bliss, you were there for that moment, though.
Yeah, no, you were there when
Yes.
when that moment was fucking spawned. It was the
Mormont of Borther.
Mormont of Borthor.
I admit I got a little jealous about it, because it's what about me?
I mean...
Do you want me to call you Sorster?
Okay, Bliss, we can make this a legit thing. Me and Borther commenced it because we, commemorated it, sorry, because we both ascended and then came up with it on the spot. So we need to ascend with you, and we will say the first thing that comes to mind.
is really
It shall be official. That is the way to. This is the way.
It was literally, we were both ascended, and we were sitting like less than 5 feet, like we were in the same car. But despite the fact that we were in such close proximity, I decided that I wanted to text him, and the only thing that I texted him were the plans. That was it. That was it. And that's where it all started.
Beautiful.
We were gone. That was strong.
Oh, it really was. It also didn't fucking help that we hadn't had any in a while, so our fucking tolerance was non-existent.
Yeah.
All right. So the first of the three topics we'll be discussing is an update that I had about 2 weeks ago now. It's something regarding Gen 5 update, or the next series of My Little Pony. Next, we'll be discussing the latest Helluva Boss episode, Spring Broken. And last but not least is the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are really looking forward to that one.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And this is why I wanted Solar in on this one. So, but until then, I think it's time to get to the first topic. So, I don't know if most of you know about this. If you don't, that's fine, because I'm going to be sharing an article, and I'm going to be reading it out loud in this one. And I'm also going to post a link to you to the chat on Twitch. The link will be in the description when it's on YouTube. And then afterwards, after I'm done reading it, we're going to do the usual of going from top to bottom on people exchanging turns. And as usual, I always go last. So this article from Kidscreen, and it's named My Little Pony Rides High with New CP. Feel free to tell me what CP is, because I don't know what that means. No?
CPT?
No,
Children's
CP.
programming, I think?
As in, like, Charlie and Parachute.
CPT.
It might be children's programming, like Robert
I'm
said.
assuming
Yeah, I think it's like
consumer
just-
products.
Consumer product.
Consumer products, children programming.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
okay,
an
then the
abbreviation.
consumer product. Okay, yeah, it says in the text below. A consumer products program inspired by the upcoming feature film will highlight growing categories like health and wellness. Okay. So this article is by Elizabeth Foster, and this was out since January 29th. And it says as the following. The Friendship is Magic series may be riding off into the sunset, but My Little Pony is saddling up for a new era with Entertainment One. Hasbro has big plans for the franchise, including consumer products tied to the upcoming feature film and a new animated series, My Little Pony, Pony Life. Yeah, Pony Life was a joke. Following Hasbro's December 2019 acquisition of Entertainment One, the toy maker appointed E1 as its global entertainment arm just in time to help launch Pony Life. The 2D tune bowed in late 2020 on platforms like Disney Channel and Cartoon Network. The upcoming CG animated movie, meanwhile, is slated for a September 2021 release and will mark the start of the brand's transformation, now under the purview of E1. Not only will new pony characters be featured in the film, they will also boast a new CG look. The introduction of new characters and a departure from the designs featured in Friendship is Magic and Pony Life is intended to shift the brand's focus to more modern times like diversity and inclusion. The final season of Friendship is Magic brought that storytelling to a satisfying conclusion, and it felt like the right time to close the chapter of pony history, says Emily Thompson, VP Global Brand Management for E1. Previously VP of E-Entertainment Production and Development for Hasbro. Generation Alpha has a higher emotional intelligence, and they expect a lot more from their entertainment. We know it's important to Gen Alpha that they see their peer groups represented in their entertainment, and that shaped how we build our core cast. The movie's main character, for example, is an activist working to make the pony world a better place. My Little Pony will be one of Hasbro's biggest initiatives in 2021, says Casey Collins, SVP and GM of Global Consumer Products. Upcoming toys will be informed by the feature's updated animation style, and in addition to launching the classic offerings like toys and apparel, Hasbro will focus its consumer products program on categories that saw significant growth in recent months, including food, health, and wellness, puzzle and games, publishing, personal care, and home goods. The first SKUs are set to hit shelves at the major retailers around the world in August. Consumer behaviors have changed so much due to COVID-19, and we're taking a look at categories that have been spiking in terms of sales, says Collins. The strategy of focusing on trends, while it's still paying tribute to the classics, also applies to E1's upcoming approach to content. With the movie, we started the development and made the decision to expand the world of My Little Pony rather than starting from scratch with a total brand reinvention, Thomas says. We found ourselves with a whole decade of storytelling and really rich lore, and it felt wrong to walk away from all of that. I honestly don't blame him. Friendship is Magic premiered in 2010 and ran for 9 seasons. The series inspired a kid-host online after show, as well as a live show. Instead of abandoning the franchise's characters and stories, the movie will take place in the same world featured in Friendship is Magic and Pony Life, but jump ahead in time to focus on a new generation of ponies and unexplored corners of Equestria. This creates opportunities to include nods to the property's previous iterations, both in upcoming content and consumer product offerings. If you're brand new to the franchise, I think it will grab you and pull you in, says Thompson, and existing fans are going to be picking out Easter eggs for months and years to come. So, that was a pretty big article. That's a lot to offer. Peter, you have the floor.
Cool. Anyway, there were some stuff where I was sort of a little bit eyebrow raised, like, oh, the character's going to be an activist. I need to see what they do about that, because that's not a loaded thing at all.
Yeah, I can see that too.
There. I'm just going to leave that over there. I do kind of like that it's in the same universe, at least. I do have to wonder how far ahead in the future it is. Because it will be interesting now to have the MLP timeline actually have 2 significant times. Present, other than present and 1,000 years ago. Because it's... Yeah. So I have to wonder, is this, like, distant future? And we're just going to learn about the main 6 through ancient history? Or, I don't know, maybe is it concurrent, or...
It's next Tuesday, don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, don't worry. 30 minutes into the future. Anyway. No, but that'd be cool, because I did want to see... I mentioned this on Flitter Chris's podcast, shameless plug, go watch her.
I'll need the link.
Oh yeah, we'll give it to you later.
Sure thing.
I have wanted to see some more stuff. Like, I definitely wanted to see, like, Bat Ponies. Because I was always disappointed that they never had an episode or any real characters in the show outside of, like, 2 guard ponies. So I kind of hope they explore that. I like that part. So yeah, curious about how far it is in the future. I'd like to see them do Bat Ponies. Maybe curious to see where they go. Still unsure about the activist part, but again, I'm not going to say anything because I don't think you can without it being divisive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm curious.
Like they looked at those 2012 jokes about like Earth Pony racism and thought that was like a thing in the show.
They might. I don't know.
Well,
I find it so funny. No, I would find it so funny if they like took a meme and then tried to take it seriously, because that's such a hello fellow kids thing to do.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll hand it off to the desky you now. Here you go.
All right then.
Alright, so I'm trying to gather my thoughts. So yeah, something I am very worried about that can go so wrong is anything political. The more practical, and this is very loosely used terminology, the more practical issues of you literally have an immortal goddess, like 3 immortal goddesses at least, if not 4, 5, because of Flurry Heart. Are they still going to be in the show? Or have they been killed off screen, in which case who is ruling? Or are they going to try and do a republic, in which case, if you have a quote-unquote republic/democracy going on in this modern future, who is raising the sun? Like, do you have a committee each morning? Yes, it is now time to raise the sun. Like, how does that work? Like, you can't just pass it off onto a committee like we would normally do in modern day society, because it's literally one person or two ponies or whatever deciding whether the sun or moon rise.
That's understandable.
That's just something very interesting to me. Secondly, are you looking to, like, oh yes, these ponies now have internet and all this technology, and they're going to deal with, like, safety online, which I would be okay with.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing is you have a pony who's an activist for a better world in what is essentially an already better world. Like, the ending to the last generation was that everyone was doing great. They've made a utopia. The biggest problem she has is, like, she's not even doing paperwork. She is sitting there as her student comes to visit her and say, I don't really want to make friends, and then she makes friends.
We did it, boys. Racism is no more.
It really is. It's the fucking Penguins of Madagascar.
Well, I
bit.
do want to point out the end that Spike was trying to negotiate between the catapults and the diamond dogs, because apparently they weren't getting along.
Yeah,
So
the
it's nothing's
Abyssinians.
not everything is perfect right now, but it's getting there.
Right. But you'd think if this is supposed to be in the future, like, what is she activating for? Like, are we going into a time period where there's all this technology and we're dealing with the same sort of global warming issue? In which case, you have a goddess of the sun.
And moon.
And, well, and moon, but moon doesn't really have to deal with global warming. No.
Wait, so we could just ask Celestine nicely, gentlemen, we've solved global warming.
We could just ask nicely.
Hey, just move like an inch back move the sun like an inch back, right? Yeah? Cool.
World
Thanks.
freezes suddenly.
We
Luna's
are
very happy.
solving so many world issues right now.
Like, there's just so many issues with this that I'm curious about. I find it interesting that they're basically, like, they're saying that this is a new look and a new term. It's like they did this exact same thing in the 90s. Does anyone remember ponytails? Like, they did this exact same thing.
I remember ponytail.
Oh boy.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who calls it that.
Remember ponytails?
We're breaking Bliss during this episode.
So yeah, basically, ponytails was the modern solution to the fantasy thing, because they didn't think fantasy was in with the kids anymore, and it failed miserably. Like, there was not even a full season of ponytails before it shut down. So I'm curious why they think it'll suddenly work. Like, it is, again, I am worried that they're going for the hello fellow kids sort of thing. I don't think there's anything else I really have to talk about. I do have my concerns about it, but again, I'm always glad they're making more ponies, because, yeah, I've been here
Let's just hope that they don't try to get this this agenda, like, in the kids' faces, you know? That's the thing that I'm concerned about, because we don't need MLP to be woke as hell.
Yeah, it has the potential to become over-politicized, which I was very grateful that MLP didn't do. Yes, there were issues that they touched upon, but it was done in, for the most part, a fairly tasteful way that wasn't too in your face. Like, yes, we get that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover with the Zakora episode, and you should be more accepting and whatever. But they also touched on, yes, some strangers can be very dangerous because you have to understand where they're coming from. I really liked that they did what they did with the yaks, because the first episode they were in, you're left with, oh, this other species is not so great. And then you get into their culture and, no, that's just their mentality is like that everything is unpermanent. And I loved that.
Actually, what I loved most was in a Kieran tale, too, that was all about how silencing everyone isn't a good idea.
Censorship doesn't work.
Yep.
It really doesn't.
I mean, to be fair, though, I'm pretty sure censorship would work in the Equestria universe, considering you have a god that can raise the sun!
You will not talk about this, but we want to. I will make the sun in your face, literally.
I will bring the sun 2 inches closer to this planet and burn all of you motherfuckers. I will live, you will not.
You said something I didn't like on Twitter, so you don't get sunlight for a month. Fuck you.
I mean, yeah, that's how it works. Like, seriously, I'm gonna talk about it in my bit. I'm just gonna go on and I'm gonna talk about it later.
Anyway. I know it was good, that's why I said it. I'm hilarious.
Just you in particular.
Alright, I think it's Galaxy's turn next.
Huh? Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future. And
I guguess that's one way to put it. That's one way to look at it. It's My Little Pony
My
future.
Little Pony's to Putin.
My Little Pony future. No.
BRB gonna make that Photoshop. See you guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The activist thing kind of went onto my head for some reason. I never thought I would be here today, breathing in the same air as you all, even though all of you are in different time zones and different states, that I would be hearing ponies and activism on the same sentence.
Oof.
That is something I never thought I would hear the day where a pony world where mostly half of it is very woman or like female dominated. Some of them are lesbians. I never thought I would hear activism on top of that. I was just like, I mean, I get that if you want to push some sort of agenda, okay, neat. You want to diversify, okay. It's like She-Ra, Owl House. I mean, you've kind of technically diversified. I guess you kind of did technically. Like it's not to the point where it's shoved in your face, but it just makes me wonder if, like, it makes me wonder how far are they going to go with this? I mean, first of all, with is an MLP movie coming out this year?
Yeah, September.
Yeah, it's September.
Oh my
We
god.
love that. We fucking love
Yes.
that. But it makes me wonder what kind of topics they would bring up. Because, like, I get the internet part, I get the woke part, but it's like, how far will they go? Would this be like some sort of CW bullshit with what they did with Riverdale? Like, what the fuck is this?
Don't tempt me with a good time, Galaxy.
What kind of bullshit are they going to do with MLP? Then again, I shouldn't be the one talking, considering that I put Brockhampton and My Little Pony on the same thing, but that's beside the point. Point is, it makes me wonder, like, how far are they going to shove this into kids' face, you know? Because kids are very impressionable. And, you know, we've all been impressionable kids or adolescents at one point, right?
This generation is a lot smarter now, so no, you're on point.
Yeah, I don't like. This is kind of bouncing off.
I know, but it's like, no, I know that, but you get the point that I'm trying to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like, yes, they're a lot smarter, but they also can be very presumptuous, if you get what I mean. Like some of them, at least.
Just say woke.
Yeah, woke. But it's just like, I don't know. It just makes me wonder how far they will go. You know, because you might be hiring the wrong types of people.
Yeah.
To write stuff like this, especially activism. Activism is where it's just like ponies and activism.
No.
I can't shake the feeling that they only said, oh, this generation is smarter as an excuse to say, oh, we can put politics in it now because we said they were smarter.
The reason
Generational divides are fucking dumb.
The reason why we watch MLP is to escape politics, not get into activism.
Exactly.
Like, I was just like, wait, this doesn't sound right. Wait a minute. I could go for pony life rather than whatever that was. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This is not the MLP I know. Wait a minute. Back in my day, we don't have to work with activism.
My eye is twitching at this.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, no,
You just made Bliss cringe.
We're all cringing.
No, but you used the
Back in my day,
in my
honey, me back in my day, you weren't even a thought. You weren't even a sperm. And when I say thought, I mean a thought of consumption.
Begone,
You know,
Guys, let her talk.
thought. THOUGHT. Nobody even considered you. You didn't exist.
I think at this point we should pass on from Galaxy to Bliss, so that way she can get this off her chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually going to be a little optimistic here of all of us, or I'm going to try. Now, I get the word, that word, what was it?
Activism.
Activist.
Yeah, that is a heavy word, much like SJW, or woke, or Mary Sue. It's kind of being thrown around these days, and you got to be careful with its usage. It could easily insult anybody, and my gut is telling me when somebody wrote that article, they didn't fully understand the word. But that's an opinion and an assumption. I have no proof of this. Take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, there's ideas and themes. They're presenting the theme. Now, I don't think there should be such a thing as bad themes or bad ideas or
bad executions.
Yes, there are bad executions, though. Yes, that is what we are waiting to see at this point. I like to think they're not going to do so much as a modern take on Equestria. I mean, there might be some new stuff that's added into the world. Like, maybe a cell phone or television. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but they clearly said they were going to discover more of the outskirts of Equestria. Okay, so going on adventures does not sound like it's going to be written out. It sounds like journeys and learning the new worlds as they travel or execute stories to kids, to educate kids. That's always been the main priority of My Little Pony, and that was to entertain and educate kids and sell toys. Now, how they executed, that remains to be seen. Are they going to talk about topics that are more modern of today? Well, what kind of topics of today are we talking about here? Unfortunately, a lot of these topics I don't even feel secure enough saying, because they are very, very stressful topics, such as views on, I guess, people's lifestyles, and
forced racism,
religion, politics. This is stuff that is extremely heavy for everybody, let alone kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to think they're going to be very, very careful with those topics, because, like a lot of you said, this is meant to entertain kids and teach them some lessons, not to ruin the fantasy and basically squeeze out any hope or thrill of escaping our reality. So I am being hopeful that they know what they're doing, that they are going to address some modern topics, and that we're just going to have to wait and see how they execute them. I got to remain hopeful, and I'm going to take the whole activist thing with a grain of salt, because we don't know. But it's good to be hopeful. But yeah, prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it to Robin.
All right, Robin, go ahead. Take it away.
All right, so I kind of have the opinion over over what the new My Little Pony is going to be, whatever the hell it's going to be called, which I'm very proud of the Photoshop joke that I did for us in the call.
That's well done.
You can put it up. It's on Twitter if somebody wants to see it. Like, I got the same opinion that I had when people were talking about, like, Pony Life and Gen 4.5 or whatever the fuck that was going to be at the time. I was like, I just hope it's good. Like I was not a fan of My Little Pony before that, because what I had beforehand... No, Golden, absolutely laugh out loud, you coward.
Robin, the chat on Twitch doesn't know what we're saying on Discord. Somebody made a silly render of... They took the future part of the Steven Universe future logo and slapped it on the My Little Pony logo.
I can link it to my Twitter post that I made for it, if I can send a link in the chat. Okay, this is what we're laughing at in our personal group. Also, ignore the monkey. That's for later in the podcast. Yeah, like, I just hope it's good. Like, I wasn't a fan of My Little Pony before Gen 4. You know, I had grown up with, like, Gen 3 and Gen 3.5. Like, that was my exposure to My Little Pony for the first time. So,
Same.
you know, I really hope that it carries the fun that Gen 4 brought to the franchise and brought me into it before, you know, and I hope it carries it on. I think that the activism as a main character is very weird as a concept, because bringing that very real element into a very fantasy world with its own established rules, like, especially because we're carrying on from where Gen 4 leaves off, like, yeah, free speech is an issue, I guess, but, you know, you also have a deity that can bring up the sun and just melt everyone and is immortal. So, you know, that's a thing. Like, fantasy politics is very interesting because you can use real world example. Bliss, stop.
Make me.
What are you doing, Bliss?
Bliss is goofing on me in the thing. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it. You can use that, but you have established fantasy world, so if you're building it, you kind of have to use what the internal logic of the universe you're working with is. I think that's a direction you could take it, but I'm really just kind of hoping that it's good. Like, that's the thing I really want more than anything. I just want to like ponies some more and realize that I now have a whole other series to review. I'm definitely with Aeon, though, about the timeline thing. I'm really interested in the idea of, like, the timeline of this franchise, or of this universe that we've been in with, you know, the show, Equestria Girls, the past that's referenced in the show, and then we can have the, you know, whatever G5 is called, or My Little Pony Future, or whatever the hell. You know, it can be, and I think of when it says, like, in the future, my guess is that it probably won't be, like, the 200 years in the future. It might be, like, the same era of future that the end of the series was, because I think the series ended, it was, like, 5 years later or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was, like, it was an indeterminable amount of time after the rest of the show was that last bit of the finale. So that might be where they start up the new series, because, hey, I still see Pinkie Pie, because that's still the most marketable character. And yeah, I think that's what I really got about Gen 5. I hope it's good.
All right, then. So, we ready to pass it on to Ryley?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Ready?
Ryley. You have the floor.
So I realized something just now.
What's that?
Probably.
It's in the future it's more technologically advanced. It's supposed to be the next generation. Does this make it My Little Boruto?
Wait, what?
Ah!
Oh god, no.
Shut up. Don't fucking give them ideas.
Do not
Shut
turn.
up.
Do not turn MLP into Naruto Burrito. Do not do this.
Why, Ryley? Why must you fucking do this?
No.
Ryley, you degenerate fuck, I love you.
Every time Ryley speaks, everybody in a fucking 5-mile radius immediately activates fight or flight mode. Every time he fucking opens his mouth, it's some shit like this.
Riley shows up and just everyone
We
kind of
love
tenses
it.
for, like, oh no.
Thank you, filthy troll.
Anyways, oh god, I gotta stop laughing.
Good luck on that.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, the whole activism thing is, I think it's being blown out of proportion, kind of like Blissy. I mean, I doubt they want it to sound like a certain way, like that's gonna be insufferable. I'm trying to be a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
The only thing, it's again, who are the writers? Like, do they still have Megan McCarthy on? Who, like, with who they have behind the show that can, like, expand upon the world building and make it give? Because again, I'm still uncertain on how good it's going to be because I think like Gen 4 was kind of lightning in a bottle in a way. I mean, the only other thing I had ever watched from MLP before Gen 4 was the 1986 movie, was it?
Oh
I think.
God.
Yeah, I rented that at the video store as a kid and told none of my friends because I didn't want to. Yeah.
You did the world a favor.
No, it's Escape from Katrina or the
My
first
Little
one?
Pony.
Escape from Katrina. Oh no.
No.
The hurricane's back.
Stop.
No, it's the one with the
smooth.
smooze. Like, the smooze is the
Yeah.
only
Oh,
thing I
that
give it
one.
credit for. The rest of the movie was fucking garbage.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah.
I
What the fuck
need
is
to
that
see
laugh?
it.
She knows the horrible nature of that movie.
I know Goldie's pain!
No,
I have
because
not seen the movie. I do not know the game.
consider yourself lucky because
Oh,
In
you
prep-
want me to educate you?
no,
I'm a
Bliss.
masochist. Of course I do.
God damn it. Okay, no, it's not even like riffing material. This is a movie that I sat through during BroadCon 2017. Sorry, Ryley, for taking this taking the light. I'll get this off my chest and then you can continue. I sat through this movie during BroadCon 2017 because there was a panel that I had to get ready to talk about. Where we talk about this movie, and it was one of the most frustrating movies. Like, I was writing down notes and I had nothing but negative shit. And right at the tail end, Bliss and a few other friends are coming in the hotel room, and they saw one of the main characters, who's a complete shitbag, get rewarded this Deus Ex Machina figure. I forgot what it was. I was screaming at the top of my fucking lungs. She did nothing to deserve that. What the fuck? Other people in the hotel heard me. I was
Deus
so
Ex
mad.
Machina was the Rainbow of Light.
Yeah, okay, the Rainbow of Light. Eat my ass, movie. That fucking character. I gotta hold my tongue back from going on a tirade. Basically, it's one of the it was one of the most sloppily written movies I have ever witnessed. And I think that's saying something because I like the 1986 Transformers movie. Despite, people crying over Optimus Prime dying. Anyways, Ryley, back at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute and laugh.
Loses his shit for 8 minutes.
I mean, like, I guess it's interesting how it's still going to be the same universe, so we can expand on the lore and the world building and. I don't know. I don't really have any expectations until I really see a trailer of it and know who the writers are. Honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. My little Boruto. On to Solar.
Son of a
You had that
You're a
joke.
piece
You were
of
ready.
shit, and I hope
You
you
had
die.
that joke, and that's all you had.
Alright, Solar, go ahead.
It was for
Guys.
I hope you die for that. You're a piece of shit. Your days are fucking numbered. I'm going to find you anyways. That being said, yeah, I mean, I'm mainly just in agreement with a lot of what everybody else said. There are some good things that I think kind of sound nice, like expanding beyond the borders of Equestria, because this is literally what I brought up the last time I was on this podcast and it was talked about. Which was basically, go beyond Equestria. Yeah, I get it. The title is My Little Pony. You are not going to have any shortage of pony characters. I fucking promise you, okay? It's fucking ponies aren't just gonna suddenly stop existing if you go beyond the border, alright? Like, there's a bunch of other you got the main place established, got a whole generation dedicated to the mainland. Cool. Now it's time to go beyond it because, hey, we already know, we know about, the fucking Dragonlands. We know about, where the fucking Diamond Dogs live. We know about, the Changeling Hive, or at least the fucking traitor changelings, the ones that didn't reform, yada yada. We know about all these other races and where they live, but that's kind of it. We know where they live and not exactly what their place is all about. I mean, we kind of got that with some of them, but yeah. Aside from that, the whole, I'm just going to say it, I don't have high hopes specifically because they said, oh yeah, we're looking to focus on themes like diversity and inclusion, because they already kind of did that in the last generation, or at least
School
this
day.
generation.
School days.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Yeah, or this generation, depending on how you look at it, whatever.
the point being, they already kind of handled that. Like, we've had episodes where you have to learn, where the moral was essentially, hey, don't judge other people. You know, appearances can be deceiving.
That's all that needs to be said.
Hey,
Pretty
don't
much.
be a
I just
racist.
really hope, like, what I'm basically getting at is I really hope that it's not just, oh, they go and label all the main characters like, oh, hey, this character is autistic, and they remind us that they're autistic every 5 fucking minutes to bring up how important it is that they're autistic.
Oh my god.
Or
yes.
something like, or some stupid shit like that, where it's just like, come on, the characters from the last generation were at least more nuanced than that, because they at least didn't slap you in the face with what their whole motivation was. Like, you at least had to figure that out for yourself, even if it wasn't that hard. And, like, I'm seeing the corporate speak here, and I'm just kind of like, oh god, come on. You had something going with Generation 4, don't fuck it up in Generation 5, just to appear woke. Because every time a studio has tried going woke, it has never fucking worked.
Yeah.
I cannot, off the top of my head, recall a single time that a franchise went woke and was not immediately hit with backlash for it because of the really
Get woke, go broke. Remember that?
yeah, exactly.
Oh
That is
my
exactly
God.
the phrase, and there's a fucking reason for it, because it's been proven through experience, time and time again.
It never
hell,
works.
look at Star Wars. Like, everybody fucking loved Star Wars, and then the Disney trilogy came out, and it's like, oh yeah, their main character's a strong, independent woman Jedi. Yeah, never done that before. She's really strong because she's a woman, doesn't need nobody, and just shat on everything else that the series had already fucking done. So I'm really hoping that's what this one does, where it's just like, oh, hey, yeah, this character is autistic, and because of that, they're going to just get everything they want, because, you know, autistic people deserve nice things too.
So to carry on the Star Wars metaphor, you're hoping that they write in Ahsoka Tano, not a Rey.
Nice.
Yes! For the, like, if you're going to do something where a character, you know, is different in such a way, like they have their brains wired differently or whatever, I at least hope they do it in a nuanced way where it's not just slapping you in the face and reminding you every 5 minutes, hey, this character is this. Did you forget about that? Oh, hey, they're talking about a serious issue. Hey, I just chimed in to remind you I'm autistic. That's really important, guys. It's really important that I'm autistic. That's really what I'm just hoping for. I'm just hoping they don't fuck it up like that. Like, I hope that, honestly, what I really hope is that the corporate speak is just kind of there, and they really do just lean into going beyond Equestria and focusing on the adventure and fantasy aspect, because the world itself is really high fantasy shit. It really is. Like, the potential for it is incredible. Like, we know of so many other mythological creatures that are in there. Like, you know, you already have the unicorns, the Pegasi, the earth ponies, and then you got shit like dragons and minotaurs. Like, hell, if you wanted to go so far, you could even say, like, there's fucking world snakes and shit out there. I don't know. It could be. If they leaned into that element, that would probably make it honestly a lot better than Gen 4 if they just really just went balls to the wall, full throttle. We're going high octane adventure, fantasy, let's do it. That's what I want. That's what I would like to see. Probably asking for too much, but I'd like to see it. Anyways, that's it for me.
Alright, so for my turn up, I just want everybody quiet as I have something to share.
Well, that happened.
Yeah. No, that is how...
Discord hates your bits too.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't hear it? God damn it.
Yeah, we did
I've heard like 3 seconds of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 3 separated seconds.
Okay, there's probably a filter on Discord that, like, cancels out any background noise or some shit.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
So anyway, that is basically, that's... What I just played was the Next Generation theme of Star Trek, and honestly, like, that was kind of said once before when I posted the article on Discord. But aside from that, I like the idea that they're actually having a next generation of characters set within the same universe and having the potential to explore, different other areas of Equestria. Because one of them said themselves, I think it would be a very big disservice to turn away from that. And I don't blame them on that part. However, this is definitely bouncing off of what everybody else has been saying, using words like activist and shit. I really hope they don't go too far with that shit, because firstly, I think, racism was already kind of taught, not just with Bridal Gossip, but also with School Days, and a majority of Season 8, where the main characters are a series of different races, but also including a pony, in order to try to balance out between familiarity and something new. And honestly, I do hope that's the case. What I think they were trying to go for is maybe a set of characters who explore the different worlds and understand just what their culture is, and that's all what it is. And that's been kind of done before in the previous generation, with the Sounds of Silence. We know very little of the Kirans, but we begin to understand and learn more about them, what their abilities are and such. Same thing with Yakistan, which I didn't really like that much, but it's still a different culture. Something with the Griffins and what kind of flaws they're dealing with. I didn't think those were woke territory. I just think, honestly, I think that would work in and of itself if they were going to try to implement that with the different cultures that haven't been explored yet in Equestria. Using terms like activism. Wow, I got a porky big tongue. Either that or my brain does not want me to say the goddamn word.
My Little Pony Activision.
No, but yeah, I think that the part of the article seems pretty badly worded. So, words, Golden. Okay, did I say something really, really bad? Did I say something implemental?
No,
you just
you're
can't
good,
speak
man.
English anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm just I'm trying to get something clear, and I can't even finish my sentence. Yeah, Activision sucks, Zuckerman. I agree with you. But no,
glad that we reached that point.
Yeah, no, I think that the article just doesn't have a very good set of words right there. I think they could have simplified it down, saying, "Hey, we're going to explore other areas of Equestria, like New Adventure and such." I think that's what they should have said. Personally, I would be down with that. Having somewhat of a modern spin and taking away the fantasy, I don't think the fantasy was taken away. And even the previous generation we had Manhattan, you had actual skyscrapers, you had cargos that were used as cars. I would be down with that. There was even a single shot where we saw Button Mash playing in an arcade somewhere. It's just one shot. I think the technology is still technically a part of Friendship is Magic, but magic in and of itself is still the majority. So if they're trying to go for the so-called modern spin on it, I really don't see the point of it. I think spiritually there's a modern spin on it, but they have a huge fantasy element applied to it. I think that's something they really ought to stay with, because having it separated and just have it be all what My Little Pony Tales are, which is all just pure cars and other kinds of modern automobiles and buildings and everything that our society has, it's too disconnected from having that fantasy realm. And as Galaxy pointed it out, it's part of escapism. We watch the show to escape reality, not live in it. So, really, I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt and be as optimistic as both Ryley and Lightning Bliss have been. And I hope that, that was just a case of a bad choice of words, and that what they're delivering on Gen 5 will help bring much better clarity and become something much more appropriate, At the very least, I want the next generation of kids to have a sense of entertainment almost on the same energy as Friendship is Magic is. And what I mean by energy, I mean just have a pure sense of enjoyment. Not how should I put it? Not the same bullshit that a lot of you guys were talking about, that, oh, let's go completely woke and everything. I mean, we've already heard Solar speak his heart out about it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, this article, take it with a pinch of salt. That's pretty much what I say in return, and just hope for the best. That all being said, I think it's time we move on to the next topic, and that is the latest Helluva Boss episode, Spring Broken.
Yes.
Was this something? As usual, we got top to bottom. Peter, I'm going to let you go first.
They introduced the succubi. Thank you. I love this. Yes. No, me and Galaxy are vibing to this because of our OCs, but I loved so much about it. First off, the idea that they would do something like this over something so petty, but second, I was glad that we finally get to see Vivzy Pop's like idea of what they're like, and I do kind of like how they work. They have a sort of like I like how they have that sort of charismatic charm about them, where they can just seduce whoever they want to, and also they and a lot of things that entice you, like singing, like the music in the background, which was, as usual, pretty good. It was kind of a cool, like, siren song concept, and I like that she actually, like, showed this, rather than just stated that they could do it. Awesome. I like that they had I bet we can kill more people than you can fuck concept. That was funny. I keep forgetting the imp's name, the male one.
Moxie or Blitz?
Which one's the guy?
Both.
They're both guys.
Yeah.
Okay, which one's the bottom?
Bottom?
Both of them, actually.
Are you talking-
Moxie is
You're not
married
wrong.
to...
Okay, I'll make it real simple. The tall one or the short one?
The short one.
That's Moxie.
Okay, yeah, that one's the bottom, if you didn't know, because the other one fights it too much. He just takes it. He's the bottom.
They're both
Yeah.
bottoms.
Okay, so yeah, I love how with Moxie, they're like, hey, send this to your lint dick boss, and then he comes out, like, covered in, like, kisses and stuff like that. Don't let him in any of your holes! No, I'm just like, that is... I love that don't threaten me with a good time shit. It's just so funny. And yeah, sorry, stuttered for a minute. No, but I'm just like, damn, I'm envious of him somewhat. Did they get into his holes?
Probably!
No, I'm questioning that in my own head. Like, obviously I'm asking that in my head because they never show you in the show. Just, I liked how hilarious of a threat that is. Also that they technically got each other by the balls just on the concept of, hey, you aren't wearing a disguise. Yeah, well, they thought I looked like a possum. Fuck you. So that was great because I'll put it like this. Drunk Moxie reminds me of Sleep Drunk Blissy. In the most
A
adorable.
human thought I was a possum. I
So
am
you.
not a possum.
You're small enough to be one.
I mean, with ears like that, it's more of a chihuahua, but...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was a bunny rabbit.
Aww.
Aren't they more... I mean, that's adorable. That's Blissy Bun, but aren't they more straight?
I drew that.
Lucy Boing Boing.
Oh, everyone has drawn that. Faith has even drawn that, too.
I will destroy all of you. I'm fucking
Yay.
Alicorn.
You can try.
You can try.
I'm gonna put all your
I'm
house
Wait, no,
plants
wait.
on the top shelf.
Wait, it is not you can try, you have tried and failed.
No, I will try and I will succeed because you will let me because you enjoy it too much, fucker.
I was about
Well,
to
who's
say,
the real winner then?
Are you threatening him with
Yes.
violence?
Way to go! You've given him power.
No, it's like it's funny because this is a no-win scenario when it comes to Aeon, but still.
Anyway, I love all the little tricks that they did, the idea, and as well as like the world building stuff. Like, oh, you have to have a human form, and it's something that you kind of have to have, or like maybe it's something you can acquire. I wonder, because I figure that most of these characters had to be alive at some point. I don't know if that's the right, or at least that's what they were doing in Has Been. Is like they were all alive at some point. I don't know if that's true for all of them though.
That might not be demons and imps, though. That might just be, well, what do they call them? The Fallen or something like that?
Maybe. That would be a curious thing to know. And given how much detail she appears to be putting into this, they'll probably touch upon that at some point, and which is actually something I do kind of like that I'm noticing here is Vitsy does touch on these quite a bit, just in like little touch and go, like 2-second remarks, like if you want to go to the human world, you need this. There are certain rules that have to be followed. I love that shit. And I love the song. I love the jokes. I don't have much to say about them though, because they kind of all speak for themselves. As much as I was gushing about them earlier, I did think it was quite funny. I also loved the Bon Jovi edit at the end. Anyone notice that?
No, I didn't.
That last song is totally shot through the heart, but redone with different lyrics.
Oh, okay then.
Or You Could Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. You never listen to him?
I've listened to them. I just didn't notice the similarities.
I didn't have a choice at one point.
Well, fair enough. I grew up with them.
No, there was a Bon Jovi concert 3 blocks away from my house. It was very loud.
You have been educated in the best way possible.
Yeah, just stick your head out the window and listen to it.
Oh my god, it was so loud. We were just sitting out on the porch just listening, and we could hear every single word.
Dusk is just trying to enjoy her night, and then she hears, "Shut through the heart!"
Basically, there was also a U2 concert. Same thing.
Oh. Yeah, I get what you mean by it's loud, but at the same time I'm slightly envious because of that lineup. Damn.
So loud.
But it's so good.
Free Bon Jovi and U2 sounds really cool.
There are worse problems you can have.
Yeah, it will never happen again. The building is gone, but oh well.
I was gonna say this is a non-problem.
If I lived downtown, I'd have more of an issue because that's where the core is.
Fair enough. What is it? But yeah, I don't really have much to say other than most of it speaks for itself. I thought that the little relationship between Tex and Wolf Bitch was kind of nice. I do kind of like. Well, I'm not kind of nice. I do. It was really like pleasant. It didn't fall for too many like traps or anything. At least he wasn't like a jerk character. I was half expecting from fan art that he was a demon. I was wrong about that. That was just fan art. Even if she does kind of get like oofed at the end. And I also kind of like how they touched upon how apparently the boss imp and her are technically family. Technically, and there's something there to that. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes more sense as to why she is around, and I am curious to see like where that goes, because it's clear that there's I'm noticing a lot of these characters have daddy issues.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, big surprise there.
Yeah,
I know. It's a big shock. Everyone's in hell. Oh, look at that. The daughter has a daddy issue. This is completely expected of everyone in hell. But Vitsy has done really good with these before. Like the one with Stolas and
Octavia, yeah.
And Octavia was precious, and that resolved itself fairly quickly. This one, I think, is probably something that's probably going to be more drawn out and explored more. Perhaps because it wasn't resolved in one episode, or they like touched upon it for a few seconds and they never brought it up before. So I am curious to see where that goes too. But as for my favorite joke, pretty much everything that happens to Moxie was just an absolute delight to see as a masochist.
I mean, yeah.
Seeing as best demon Stolas was not in this episode. I liked everything that was going on with Moxie, and especially after he was like drunk. And
it was adorable.
Yeah, and especially after the boss was just like, he's like, oh, that's why I love her. She pegs you at night, doesn't she?
I love that joke so much.
Yeah, that was so brilliant. That one sticks out in my head the most.
We were all thinking it. He just said it.
Yeah, but he said it with such expert timing that you have to applaud him for it.
Yeah.
That joke stands out in my head the most. I'm probably going to re-remember him as other people are talking. So, unofficially, I'll say that's my favorite one. But for the most part, it speaks for themselves. And, yeah, I liked it. It wasn't the same as the last episode. Or at least it didn't have as much of a punch, but it was still like really, really good.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll pass it off now.
All right,
I'm kind of going in circles.
Go ahead.
Dusky.
Again, this one didn't really hold my interest as much for some reason. I'm not sure if I'm just not as big a fan of this setup, or again because the character who I like the most was not there. I still love Stolas. I find he has a lot more depths. Oh lord. But yeah, Drunk Moxie was my favorite part. I did like that they introduced a new Hellhound, and he is played by a very good voice actor who I've heard in a few other things, like the Tangled the animation show. I enjoyed that. His character in there too, so I did recognize the voice actor. And honestly, I didn't really pay attention as much to this episode. I'm not gonna lie, but and yeah, it was an episode. I watched it. I did enjoy parts. Again, Moxie being drunk was still my absolute favorite.
All right, so
I'm gonna just pass it on to Galaxy.
All right, Galaxy, you're up.
Sorry.
Okay, first off. Second, I will make you guys unsee this now. Why does who's the bitch with the high heels? Who is she again? Forgot her name.
Pop star.
The pop star?
The pop
Verosika.
It
It was Verosika.
Verosika, yeah.
Verosika. Why does Verosika look like Sleepy Charm, but in incubus form? Why does she look like my OC Sleepy Charm?
Okay, you are putting it in my head. Why are you doing this? Please stop, because now you are basically saying that is your succubus form, and you're a drunk.
She's not wrong.
No.
Mario, what?
Just no. Just get that out of here. Out of this house.
That trash out of here.
You are not a drunk. You're not an alcoholic. You're not going to hell rehab. No.
Not going to
You have
hell
dignity.
Bold of you to assume any of us have dignity, Bliss.
I have
Hey,
dignity. Speak
one
for yourself.
of us has to be optimistic. Robin.
Yeah, dignity, don't know her.
I have some dignity, okay? I'm speaking
You say
appearance-wise
dignity.
here, Lightning Bliss. I'm speaking appearance here, not whatever Verosika has in her back pocket.
Okay, appearance.
I'm talking
appearance. I can kind of see it, but she's like saturated Pepto-Bismol pink compared to her to Sleepy. So, And then I think you're hurting your OC here a little bit. Seriously,
No.
I hated that color of that Verosika. But anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. But what is it? Oh yeah, like she is just like, as a character design, she looks so good. Like I like how they're kind of expanding the character designs a little bit, especially with, I don't know if anyone mentioned this, but Luna's human design looks so good. Maybe it's just me like praising on it too much because I love the aesthetic of it all, but it's like, it's cool. But it's just one of those, like, I honestly love this more than the first episode. Maybe it's because I'm biased, but I love this episode so much, especially Millie. Millie stole the show. I love how Millie had such big dick energy, and she doesn't even have a dick. Like, she had the big.
I mean, we don't know.
She has the biggest dick energy.
She's a fucking demon, so like, as
She has the biggest dick energy. Even Blitz knows. Even Blitz knows what's up. She literally eviscerated that dude just to save this man, just to save her drunk ass husband. That is some big dick energy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know. I just love Millie and Luna in this episode. Maybe it's like it's just it's such a good episode. Maybe I'm just gushing about this too much and my brain is shut off at the moment. I should probably drink my soda.
Yeah.
When is your brain ever turned on?
But depending on the day. But it's just like it kind of gets to the point where there's more lore to be happening. In terms of the story aspect, especially with the humans that have been in the series as of late, which is kind of cool. I love that. And I love how all of this all of this bullshit, rehabs, all of this is because of a parking spot. All of this is because of a parking spot. And can I just say, maybe I'm just reaching. Blitz has to have a dick if he had to have a pop star and some WoW royalty on his bag. He has to have something in his dick to actually be with a pop star and Stolas as a whole.
Yeah, it's called girth. It's called girth.
But I'm just like, it kind of makes me wonder too. Like, it's none of my business, but I wonder if Vivzy Pop is ever going to like, I don't know, possibly get into the lore of who Blitz dates back in the day. Possibly, like if he has dated someone like Verosica before.
I mean, we're 3 episodes in, so that's entirely possible.
I can see it. But good episode, 10 out of 10.
Every other episode, it's just somebody else that Blitz has dated.
Yeah. All right, Bliss, you now have the floor.
I'm easy. I think I'm a little easy entertained. I mean, yeah, I have some standards on comedy. I don't know why I am enjoying the Helluva Boss series, but I am kind of up there with the galaxy here. I even though the jokes were obvious, I thought they were still funny. It's not even the jokes themselves I laugh at. I laugh at the execution of them and how they're said, the tone, everything. And like one of my favorite parts that I keep repeating in my head sometimes, especially when somebody is pissing me off, like somebody's being really stupid or an idiot, I'm just thinking in the back of my head, oh no you don't, bitch. Just random executions like that, like from Blitzo or Moxie or Millie, even Luna has that. I just love how they execute their lines. They're so much fun. And then of course I couldn't help it kind of Goo eyes at Vortex. Hey, Vortex! That was funny. And he was just a chill guy doing his job. I love that he's really cool about things with Blitzo and his team. It's like her beef ain't mine. I ain't paying enough to care. That almost reminds me of Solar a little bit. It's just like, yeah, so hey, you, hey, oh, you're the hound that worked for my freaky ex, for my boss's freaky ex. My boss's freaky ex. She's like, yeah, sorry if that's kind of weird. It's cool. Her beef ain't mine. I ain't paid enough to care. I'm just like, yes, you're cool. I like this guy. But yes, the jokes I thought were funny, but it's really how they were executed that really got me giggling. Yeah. Millie is like, I'm the boss. I know who wears the pants in that relationship. Moxie's hilarious and adorable when he's drunk. Blitzo, it's like, Moxie, shut the fuck up. and a part of me kind of cringed a little bit at the end, though, I admit, when Blitzo basically says, hey, we won't say anything about the little giant sea monster episode as long as you give me back my parking space. I cringed when Verosica answers because I feel like that was partially what I would do in a situation where I didn't get my way. Just the deliverance of that line. Fine. And I'm just like,
That sounds like something of how you would say it.
Yeah, saw a little too much of yourself in there, had to do a little reflecting afterwards.
I did, and I hated myself, and I'm just like, But then of course, that other line, Deliverance, like, oh boy, I couldn't help but laugh, but it's like, alright, sluts, get ready to suck on some big dick. And I'm like, oh my god, this is insane!
Get ready to suck a lot of pig dick. Oh.
Everybody else also groaning is what just adds to it. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna suck ass.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that's gonna suck.
Probably.
This cartoon makes me forget that, oh yeah, this is for adults because it's so crazy and funny. Like, I would feel like I am watching a kid's show, but we're for the language and the drugs and the drinking and the sex, and oh my god, it's just the deliveries of their lines is what really keeps me entertained, honestly. So, okay, I've rambled on enough, I'll leave it to Robin.
Alright, Robin.
I mean, you could have kept rambling, because mine's going to be short. This is the one topic where I just don't have much to say, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't really... I mean, I definitely respect the talent that goes into both Helluva Boss and Has-Been Hotel. I think both of them are... They're really, they're really well-made shows. They're just not my kind of thing, I guess. And Helluva Boss episode 3, I can definitely see that I think it's better than the first two. I don't know. Is it just not for me? I don't fucking know. I don't have much to say about it more than just like, it's good. It's not my kind of thing. So, Ryley, I love you, bud. Your turn.
Alright then.
Alright, Mac and me.
Mac and me.
I had to say that in response to him saying he loves me, bud, so.
Listen, you and I, Mac and me.
Mac and me.
Why? Why?
Anyways.
I love referencing jokes that the audience won't get.
I love how in the last episode, we were all wishing we could have seen more of Luna because she had barely played any role in the previous 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode basically delivers on that, and we see a little bit more of her dynamic with Blitzo. I mean, it came with the cost of not being able to see, what's his name? Fuck. Stolas. Why did I forget his name? Fuck. Anyways. And I was just blown out of the water when I heard they got Christina V to play the fucking character Verosika.
Yes, I remember that.
I mean, she's pretty much perfect for the role, honestly.
She honestly is.
And just, we got to see a little bit more about the lore with how, like, it makes sense how succubi can go up to the surface in the human world and shit and be able to do stuff while it takes, like, while they have to use some kind of book given by Stolas and shit. So we got a little bit more spin with that. Humor was on point as usual. My favorite part, the fucking part where they pointed out all the people who were crazy about Luna.
That is the funniest joke in this episode.
Yeah.
That was the best
joke.
one, fucking hands down. The way they just all deadpan fucking stared right in the screen. Yeah, you know who the fuck you are, all you little fucking horny bastards. Every last one of you degenerate fucks.
Bitches.
Go to horny jail, every fucking last one of you. Don't lust over the furry. You fuck.
And I kind of like how it opens the door for Blitzo and Moxie and Millie to get human disguised on Earth, which they may have made the idea, but I'm kind of starting to wonder if I doubt they'll actually do it as like a joke. Because I guess the joke of just these 3 demons running around undisguised in the human world is kind of the main setting of the comedy, honestly. So I don't know. 2 and 3 are probably my favorite episodes so far, just because of how it expands a bit of these characters. Like, how the fuck did Blitzo get like both fucking Stole and We got Verostica, like Jesus Christ.
We
I
answered-
want to know.
We kinda touched
answered
upon
this
that
already.
Yeah.
Girth. He's got a fat fucking cock. I'm calling it
I
right
was
now.
saying that too.
He's got he like fucking. It's like the size of a fucking fist, at least. You know, like the circumference of a fucking clothes, just right in there.
It's like the size of a fucking
Like
fish, only way
Like
better.
getting tenderized by a fucking log of doctor sausage.
That, or it isn't even that. It could just be that he's just a really good bottom. Because if she wants that, because here's the thing, if she just wants that, that's totally fine. Then that whatever's down there doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because it would be perfect for that.
So,
This gives me bottom energy.
so
honestly.
Ryley, anything else you would like to share?
I thought it was kind of weird how we didn't have a Maxwell Adams cameo, but other than that, I'm liking how it's developing the world more and how each of these like people interact with one another. So, and like they do have the idea that they can have consequences for these characters running around Earth, and like how they were Verostica has tried to blackmail them and then they blackmail them back. So I don't know. I like the
mail.
comedy. Blacker mail. I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it. Definitely been liking how this series has been developing. It's like every episode is better than the last, honestly.
All right, so we ready to pass it on to Solar?
Yeah.
All right, Solar, you have the floor.
You know the kind of freaks up there who drool all over you. Yeah, no, that joke was fucking hilarious. That being said, I aspire to be as fucking petty as Blitzo. That's my fucking goal. I fucking aspire to be that goddamn petty. Holy shit. I mean, I fucking get it. There's like dudes like, yeah, I'm in a little fucking shitty backwater office. I have like fucking 3 employees. I fucking probably owe a whole bunch of people money because I fucked my way around the fucking underworld. All I got is this shitty van and this shitty parking space, and now they want to take my fucking parking. It's one of the 2 things I fucking own. Fuck off. Give me my fucking parking space. You're not gonna take that shit away from me too. I've been pushed around too long, bitch. You fucking lanky cunt. You're gonna fucking sit here and take my goddamn parking space? You can kiss my ass. That was the whole fucking episode, literally. Just like, yeah, no, I have a shitty van, a shitty parking spot, like a fucking shitty backwater office, nothing else. You're gonna fucking take one of those 3 things away from me? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that was literally the entire episode. That was the catalyst for it. They took his fucking parking spot because goddamn, just couldn't find another one, I guess. You just had to take his.
You might as well just call this episode Triggered Blitz.
Yeah, no. Fucking honestly, I just have respect for the fact that Blitzo actually ended up winning just by saying, yeah, no, I can blackmail too, cunt. Ain't that hard. It turns out one of these things we can easily prove. The other one, not so much. You do the math, fucker. And then when he just fucking pops out of the portal one last time, gives her a double bird and fucking dives back in.
Yeah.
Icing on the cake. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, not to mention hearing the cat sound off of God, I keep forgetting her name. But yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, aside from that, it was all just kind of stuff that the series has been praised for before. The jokes were really on point, timed well, really fucking funny. The character designs really fucking good. We're getting more backstory for the characters that we already have, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, as Ryley said, there's actual consequences, so, you know, you can't just fucking run around there with a fucking machine gun and mow people down. Which, I mean, you figure that's kind of just what he does ordinarily, but it turns out, yeah, no, you gotta fucking lure him away from the public so you can fucking dump the bodies and shit without anybody finding them. Like, yeah, okay. At least you got to put a little more thought into it. You can't just go out and start fucking hucking grenades at people. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. A fucking high octane rapid fire. There we go. That's mine.
Okay. So you finished with yours?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. So I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can with Helluva Boss here before we get to the big meat of the podcast. This episode, okay. So a lot of people seem to have a lot to appreciate with this episode, and I don't blame them. The biggest thing I like in this episode are two things. One of which is a major part, and another is a minor part. The major part, I love that we had a lot more screen time with and development for Luna instead of just playing her off as a one trait joke that she's just deadpan and doesn't give two shits in the world. And the other of which, Dusk briefly mentioned this, and that was drunk Moxie. When after he was out of the beer can, he's out of the beer tin, and he's just like rolling on his back, going Mealy. I noticed that there's like a little animation error where you see the angle of his legs. They're like pointed the opposite direction, and the next shot it's completely adjusted. Like that's pretty weird right there. But the whole concept of Moxie being drunk off his ass is borderline hilarious, on top of just how dedicated Millie is in saving Moxie's life from the big fish. It was a wooden bear. No, it was one of those cooler tins at Quester Guy. But no, but yeah, that's pretty
keg. Just so you know.
Keg, okay, yeah. It was a keg. But either or, that was funny. I love Luna's development. A part of me feel like I had a lot of feelings for Blitz, as Solar pointed out. But at the same time, like, there isn't a single moment where, like, he calms down and everything. I mean, I guess that's the joke. I think that's really all I can say about that. A lot of people...
Listen, he owns 3 things in the underworld. 3.
Yeah, no, like, Magical Star, I already know why Millie loves Moxie. I just love how much of a badass she is. Anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and cap off my thoughts there because I don't have as much to say. Comparatively, I enjoyed Lululand more, but this is a different, like, type of fruit to have for an episode. With that being said and done, I think it's time to move on to the big show of the podcast. So, I hope some of you who are fans of monster movies are ready to stir up some debate. And this is the trailer thoughts for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Alright, really quick, who's not a fucking Godzilla or Kong fan in this call? Hopefully nobody.
I really hope that you guys at least have some passing interest in this because this is... So we've for context for the YouTube upload, we've been streaming for about an hour and 50 minutes. I don't know how long the upload's going to be at this point. This is probably going to go on for a little while with us just yelling about this.
I'm going to say this. The mark is really brief.
As a fucking... Oh, hang on, go ahead.
Alright, yeah, go ahead, Peter. You got the floor, top to bottom, you know the drill.
Yeah. Okay, so my remark is really, really brief. Of all the movies that are coming out, I'll see the Raya movie or whatever the fuck it is.
Raya and the Last Dragon?
Yeah, that movie's just kind of whatever. It's probably going to be good because it's Disney, but there's nothing in it that I haven't seen before except the Dragon Suitclub, but whatever. I'm more excited for this because, like, this is more just, for me, it's just turned my brain off fun because I have no investment in either combatant. It's just like, oh, cool. Lots of explosions and action and things fighting each other, and there isn't any need to shuffle any like deeper message. It's nice to have a turn your brain off movie like that, and it's actiony and it's awesome. Hey, but I am going to say this, because I'm pretty sure something that we're probably going to ask everyone here is who are you rooting for? I have zero investment, but I'm going to say Kong for one reason. I am a dirty troll. And every time I look at here's the thing, most of the Godzilla people that I encounter are the actually sorts. Yeah. And Borther, this is nothing against you, by the way, because I still love you, Borther. But they're like the actually sorts where they just list off like that meme you posted the other day. It's a long paragraph of text
And then the Kong.
And the Kong people are just like, hey, you're 200 feet tall, and electricity makes you strong. Cool. So I'm really only rooting for Kong just because it pisses off those people and makes them rant for hours.
It's so good. I do it on Twitter now.
I genuinely have no investment as to who wins or not. And other than, cool, I get to see an action movie. I just find it funny because it triggers one side more than the other. That's the only reason. Now
and just go to Godzilla posts and just will be like, actually, I think Kong's gonna win. And they will just like, I got one where it was like 5 fucking tweets about like why I'm wrong and why Godzilla is so much better than Kong. And I just replied with,
Yep.
Yeah, Bliss flipped me off earlier about that.
I'm one of those actually people, so I get it.
Well, no, it's not actually, it's factually.
Border, this is why I love you. Anyway,
I love you too, but you're completely fucking wrong. Anyways.
I love you. Yes,
Considered monkey? Beautiful.
Have you considered monkey? But I literally am a filthy memer. That is the side of the filthy memer, and also the reaction is nice. But otherwise, I'm sure it's going to be awesome either way. Even if one does win out over the other, even if Bliss has said otherwise about who wins, it's just like it's just going to be fun, and I'm just going to meme all the way through it. Why not? Anyway, Dusky, if you're still out getting biscuits, if not, here you go. Have the biscuit. Have the talking biscuit.
The talking biscuit.
Better than a limp biscuit. Unless we want to make it a limp biscuit.
No.
So Dusk might be dead.
Dusk is getting biscuits, so I will take the limp talking biscuit and give it to Galaxy.
Alright then.
Hello.
The flaccid talking biscuit.
Nice. Who do I root for?
Considered monkey.
Monkey. I think that's just gonna be a bit for this bit. Is just like every time somebody says anything, just under my breath, monkey.
Monkey. But I don't know. I'm just here for the fan art. Honestly, I've been looking all over Twitter, and there's like a ton of fan art, so I'm rooting for the fan art. But if you want my legitimate thing, either no.
Were you seriously about to say either Godzilla or Kong is going to win? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit.
I'm doing the well actually bit. God damn it.
So Adam Conover?
Well, I was gonna say like
no.
You could root for both of them, and because there's obviously going to be a third act boss battle that the two of them are going to have to team up for, because this is just fucking Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll just say Kong.
Monkey.
I'll say monkey.
Incorrect answer, but okay.
I think we're just gonna pick. The best part is that Solar Flare's last. Hey, Golden, you should go before Solar Flare because then Solar's gonna be last.
Well, we should don't do that to dick with Solar. Only do that if you know that Solar has a lot of thought on the topic, because Borther does enjoy these sorts of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We just
movies.
keep Solar from talking about the movie.
You think that that's very bold of you to assume that once it gets to my turn, I'm not just going to talk for 2 hours for all the time that you made me lose, fucker. Bold of you to assume that I'm not just going to fucking filibuster as soon as it gets to me. Bold assumption.
In this entire conversation, Borther has lens flare eyes.
I do.
Every time we talk about how monkey, it's just Solar Flare getting more and more power.
Yeah, his eyes just change color.
Embrace monkey.
His eyes are changing color. I'm full-blown Thunderblight on everybody's ass.
You're just
hi, Blighty.
Solar is fucking lens flare energy.
Mm.
Oh, so he takes on the prism colors. Okay, have at it.
Hello, Blighty.
No! You will sit in the corner and shut up! Oh, we lost Dusk.
Aw.
I think Dusk had to leave.
She also mentioned that she doesn't know anything about this topic. She said she would
Yeah,
stay out of it.
she had to sit out.
She's
She decided.
AFK, so.
So, we love Dusk.
Cool. I love you, Dusky Doo. I'll keep it at that for now.
So, you done, Galaxy?
Yeah, basically, I choose monkey. And also fan art. 'cause I love fan
Excuse
art.
you?
Alright, Bliss, you have the floor.
Alright, all you assholes going for the gorilla, who originally was 50 to 100 feet tall. Yeah, have fun with that, Pat.
So, Bliss,
I am gonna be-
The hell? Oh no. No.
Solar had a ball
Here we
just
go.
talking about the logistics of how this fight could go down, even though gut tells me that nobody's gonna win here. If anything, they're both gonna win, or they're gonna team up to fight something bigger than them, because, let's be real, they are... Nobody really has the balls to say, oh, he's definitely gonna win. Or they're gonna have one character win, because they don't want Godzilla haters or Kong haters to come after the studio and say, no, this guy should have won, and here's why.
They don't want you to come to the studio and do that.
I just
Oh
want
no,
to.
all two people that are rooting for Kong are gonna go and riot at the studio.
Yeah, hold on, everybody, hold on. I just want to say for the record, Bliss, while your turn was going on, my computer froze for like 5 seconds.
Oh, snap.
last 5 seconds
oh
with
no.
equal intensity.
Yeah,
we're still live.
Yeah, we are
still live.
Yeah, we are still live. I'm just saying that a chunk of your rant was like muted.
Hey,
That's-
chat, did you guys hear it? Have you guys heard the whole thing? Because it might have cut off for you, but the stream still might have picked it up, though.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Hey, YouTube upload later. If it didn't work, oops.
Yeah.
See Daisy.
Oh, my
it's like
gosh.
5 seconds, so you
Uh-oh.
can just say it again. So
Well, I don't know what they missed.
Yeah, we
we'll
don't know
just start over from the beginning. Again, you said like 5 seconds worth of
I just know for a fact that they are more than likely not going to have one or the other win in this movie, because it usually never happens this way, because they don't want to risk fans getting pissy about, no, he should have won, he should have won, it's not fair, they're not going to do it. They're more than likely are gonna have them both lose, or they're both gonna team up and beat something bigger than them. That's how it's gonna go. I guarantee it. But now I'm gonna go to my factually.
Factually.
Okay. I just find it funny that, like, yeah, I'm gonna turn my brain off to all this when I watch the film, because all I want to see is two monsters duking it out, and they're two of the most famous monsters of our times, and I am not surprised what they had to do to get it to happen, because here's the reality of it all. Kong was never originally over 200 feet something tall. He was never the size of a skyscraper like Godzilla is. He was 50 to 100 feet at best when he first was brought on the scene in 1933. Yes?
Yeah.
Did you know a Jaeger is 50 feet taller than Godzilla?
I'm not talking about Pacific Rim. You keep that shit out.
Hell yeah, Pacific Rim, boy!
Pacific Rim! Pacific Rim anime, yes!
I remember you got slightly angry, but I'm just trolling.
I know you are. We don't talk about that because I get so fucking salty about it.
I mean, size is not intrinsic merit. Look at Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
Or hell, look at King of the Monsters, where fucking Ghidorah like towered over Godzilla. Size don't mean shit.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, here's the thing: Godzilla was massive in 1958, or no, it was 1954. There we go. And now he's even bigger now in the American Legendary Studios version. They literally had to beef up Kong so he wouldn't be a hamster compared to Godzilla.
Well, if you're gonna go the size doesn't matter thing, you are giving me a really funny mental image of like a Yoda flipping Kong
That's
taking down Godzilla.
Okay, so my brain, whenever you talk about size doesn't matter, I just thought about like Yoda, like monkey.
It matters when the original Kong was a hamster compared to Godzilla.
No, I just found it really funny when it's like I mentioned a Jaeger, and you're like, well, size doesn't matter. Then I'm like, well, what about Kong though? It's like, hey, now it matters.
No, it matters because the size difference was.
I'm really just trolling you both right now.
Speaking proportionally, 50 feet is not that much.
Godzilla stands as tall as the Empire State Building. How tall did the original Kong stand at? About 50 feet. That's why!
Hey, 50 feet doesn't matter. Don't worry, he can master Yoda this, is what we're hearing.
But, okay, pushing all that aside and go to the actual fact that Kong is flesh and blood and Godzilla is literally a nuclear power plant. I just don't see how Kong could win other than to stay out of Godzilla's way and be smarter. Even though
Reminder, taken out by biplanes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Solar is so ready to go.
I already know that what's going to happen is the two are going to fight. They're probably going to be evenly matched, which is dumb, but whatever. And then they're going to team up because something bigger is coming. Because something happened in the trailer that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't know if Solar caught wind of it.
Probably.
Somebody slipped in the trailer that Godzilla is being pushed to attack us, and we don't know why. Something is triggering him to do so. And I'm like, there it is! There it is! There's the plot device! Godzilla is attacking mankind because something is pissing him off! And I'm pretty sure it's not Kong! Kong? No, Godzilla could literally not give a shit about another monster in the area unless it was not something of his realm, like King Ghidorah. Oh, maybe King Ghidorah's coming back.
Or it's gonna be Mechagodzilla.
Or it's gonna be... Well, that'll be interesting.
Like, wasn't there like a split-second frame in the trailer that showed one of those?
It looks something like Mechagodzilla, but it's not clear if that's actually what they're going with.
Yeah.
But I think it might.
There's even a theory that the Godzilla that Kong was fighting wasn't even Godzilla at all. It was Mega Godzilla.
Another Godzilla.
I don't think that's true, though, because it's just too organic for it to be a fake. So I'm going to call bullshit on that.
It would be bullshit for them to be, like, marketing this whole movie as, like, Godzilla versus Kong, one will fall. And then it's, like, it's actually not even Godzilla, it's Mechagodzilla. So, none of this matters.
Halo 5 marketing all over again?
Yeah, it'd be shitty marketing.
It really would be, yeah. So, I strongly predict that nobody's going to win this fight. It's going to be evenly matched, and either they're both going to die, which I doubt, or they're going to team up, and that's my prediction. I am looking forward to it regardless. I am super hyped. I love monster battles. I was 5 years old when I became a Godzilla fan. None of you guys were even born yet! Well, except for GoldenFox.
Old age.
Welcome back,
The
Dusk.
ripe old age of 5.
Thanks.
It's like GoldenFox was a toddler when I was watching this stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, I am done reading and giving my fan stuff. I am by no means annoyed or well, I'm having fun being trolled, honestly, and I'm just playing along.
Monkey punch lizard.
Monkey punch lizard. Yeah, shut up.
Twitch chat is getting mad at us for speculating on plot points. Guys, we haven't seen the movie.
The movie isn't out yet. How the fuck are we spoiling anything?
I am literally saying things that came from the trailer.
Yeah, that being said, this is literally trailer thoughts for a film that is not out for like another fucking month. This is not spoiler, this is speculation.
Yeah.
We're not literally staying up all night, like, over this movie. We are just having fun right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not literally trying to give Bliss Solar, like, an aneurysm, by the way.
No, it's fun.
It's fine. It's just...
Wait, we're not trying to do that? I thought that was the
We're trying to make it clear to the chat that we're all friends and we know our limits in our lives and we're having fun with each other. Also, it's a podcast. We're making predictions and we're talking about the trailer and what it showed, which is public knowledge. It's not a spoiler. Chill out, guys.
We could totally be wrong on all of this. They might just be like, no, none of you are right. Fuck you.
Okay, so...
And on that, I guess Robin takes the floor.
Yeah, go ahead, Robin.
So, I kind of want to start off by the fact that, God, isn't it nice, like, a Versus movie has a really good marketing campaign? Like, I feel like Warner Brothers is looking at this like, God damn it, how come we couldn't build this for, like, Batman versus Superman? Like, organically, everyone wants to know who wins this one. Like,
intrinsically.
Like, it's an organic, like, everyone's, like, made their side, they are on Team Kong or Team Godzilla, like, and most of it's memes, but, you know, it's actually kind of funny to watch that, like, they couldn't build this for Batman vs. Superman, but for fucking Godzilla vs. Kong, it's, like, one trailer, and everyone's like, I will motherfucking block you if you tell me that Monkey wins. Like... I literally got blocked by a YouTuber that I liked just because they were like, I will block anyone who says monkey. I was like, well,
You know what? Honestly, I respect you for willing to die on that hill.
I'm willing to die on the hill of monkey.
Honestly, I'll give you props for that. Fucking having the balls to go through with that, that's respectable.
I love fucking with people on Twitter about this movie. This is my dumb movie right now. I am so fucking ready for it. Fast 9 is delayed until whenever the fuck it comes out, and that's gonna become my next dumb movie. Like, seriously, when the next trailer for Fast and Furious 9 drops, I don't know if any of you are into this franchise whatsoever, but I will take a whole fucking hour to talk about it.
5, I think.
I need to see it. I'm a hard fan who hasn't seen the series, and I need to.
Peter, you and I need to hang out. We can watch all fucking 9 Fast and Furious movies together. I will do it.
Do that, and then we'll boot up Forza Horizon 4, and then
Hell yes. That's how Peter and I are going to spend a weekend. Yeah. So, like, this is my dumb movie right now. I'm so fucking ready. The thing about it that I think that they're going to do, and this is all speculation, I don't know. Also, chat, it's a meme! It's a meme! His name is Monkey. Monkey! People are so mad about me saying monkey.
Damn it.
Literally, it's just a goof. It's just kind of it's a meme. I think that the structure of this movie is gonna be like a typical, you know, superhero fight movie where it's like, the first fight, Godzilla's gonna kick Kong's ass, but like Kong's gonna knock off like one of the little fins, his dorsal fins on the back, and then like use that to build like a weapon against Godzilla so they can have a second fight. But then, oh no, the big bad is actually gonna show up, and then they punch for a bit, and then they're mates. So now they've got to go fight like the real big threat, which is gonna be probably Mechagodzilla, because that seems like something that'd be really fun. I'm not taking it too seriously. I don't think it's gonna like have a definitive answer. I think that like the first fight, Godzilla's just gonna wipe the fucking floor with Kong, because they're like, hey, you know, and then the second fight is gonna be a little bit more evenly balanced. Monkey probably like gets ahead, like would have won if the fight kept going, but then that, or alternatively, they have Godzilla just get his ass kicked in the second fight, and then Kong becomes King Kong because he's the king of the monsters. Like, that's a concept they could run with, but I don't know. I just fucking love this franchise. Like, the legendary Godzilla and Kong, like, out of the three movies that exist so far, they're all pretty good. Like, I really like Kong Skull Island and King of the Monsters. Like, this is a really good franchise, and they have this good world building to it that I wish that Warner Brothers did for other properties that they had. DC Comics, please, for the love of God. Yeah, and in summary, monkey.
Okay.
Monkey.
So, are we ready to pass on to Ryley?
Absolutely.
All right, Ryley.
Yeah!
Yeah! Let's go!
So, I know Blissy tackled this earlier, but I'm kind of on the camp that says that this might be the possibility that the Godzilla that we're seeing in the trailers, that being very hostile towards humans and stuff like that, could possibly be Mechagodzilla. Like, it's going to be a remake almost of the original appearance of Godzilla from the Showa era, where he disguised himself as Godzilla, and then he had all the like fleshy parts like taken off in order to reveal his metal interior, basically. And it's interesting because the original like Godzilla versus King Kong, or King Kong versus Godzilla as it was called back then, the way that it originally started out was it was supposed to be Godzilla versus Frankenstein. and that is why when King Kong gets struck by lightning in the original film, he gets more powerful, because they originally wrote it for Frankenstein.
That's so fucking funny.
That was such a fucking stupid power-up. Holy shit!
I just want to point out.
I get that I get that it was supposed to be originally Frankenstein, but that's the thing. It was originally supposed to be It makes no fucking sense for Kong. None.
Yeah.
We get Godzilla versus Frankenstein, where it's like 1 second and just like splat.
No, I can just
Is
think
that
of it
Godzilla
becoming
versus
like.
Bambi?
I can think of it being like Attack on Titan now, like.
Oh god.
Yeah, just like blared like the season 1 like theme song because it was so fucking epic. Yes, this is Diego.
That theme still fucking rules.
The other,
it
It's
does.
really good.
the other thing that has been bothering me about the trailer is, did they shrink down Godzilla?
No, they
Because-
just made Kong really big.
No,
So,
no.
like,
Even from the scale that Kong is in the film, I feel like compared to what they were in the previous films, they've been. Because I doubt I just don't feel like the Godzilla from the 2014 or King of the Monsters able to stand on an aircraft carrier. I think it would have been way too big
With
for it.
Kong.
Yeah, with Kong, it just.
They're both on the same aircraft. I see what Riley's saying.
I
They're both
think-
on the
I can
same
see
fucking
that.
one.
Yeah, I
So
can
I'm
see
like,
what you're saying, but I suspect the aircrafts are a lot bigger.
like, this is a universe where monsters are just kind of a thing that everybody knows about, like, since the 70s, so I'm gonna guess it's like technology went a different direction, and now, like, all the aircraft carriers are just super big, so they can support multiple big monsters.
Well, even when they're like scene where King Kong is like holding out his finger towards the little girl and stuff like that, I'm just like, no, his finger should be way bigger than that little girl if we were going by the previous film sizes, honestly.
I don't know about that, honestly.
I just feel like they've kind of shrunk him down a bit. It almost feels like it's going to be interesting to see how they pull off. Yeah, it does seem like a bad. Like immediately when I heard rumors about Mechagodzilla, and I started thinking about it myself, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be a Batman v thing where it turns out they have to fight it with another monster because that's the real bad guy, and it's probably going to be Mechagodzilla. It's just. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw King of the Monsters a couple years ago, I went in with low expectations, but I don't know, the battles just, the fights didn't really do anything for me that much. I don't know what it was. It just, I don't know.
I think it's a lot more of an overload in King of the Monsters. Like,
Yeah.
King of the Monsters is what I fucking wanted. It's just,
It's
hey,
fun.
here's a monster fight. Okay, the humans are here to take me to the next scene. Here's another monster fight. Oh, hey, the humans take you to another scene. Here's another monster fight. Just
Maybe
keep
that's the way
fucking
they-
going. That's what I wanted. Give me that, please. Yes.
Preach.
Even with my mind, even while trying to shut up my mind, I just couldn't get into them. Maybe it was the way they were shot. Maybe it's just I don't know. I couldn't shut off my mind and just enjoy the fights in the King of the Monsters. But I mean, Godzilla vs. Kong should be an interesting time. It's going to see how they've kind of built this up a bit and see how that's going to be pulled off. But I mean, I know a bit about Godzilla. I used to watch like some of the movies growing up, the Heisei and the Showa era and shit, like Destroy All Monsters and all that. And it's like it's. I'm interested in seeing how it's going to go. I don't have high expectations, but I'm just going in for the fun, and I'm just interested in seeing how this pans out and how it's going to affect everybody else who watches it.
yeah. Oh,
I mean-
wait, I forgot one bit.
The only thing is, like, you think that there's a chance that Godzilla will win because in the original King Kong versus Godzilla, King Kong won, but now the names are switched for this one. It's Godzilla versus Kong. So that that might be it's if they actually go down the route of having them fight for real, it might go down the route Godzilla wins by that. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's interesting how it's different from the original as far as title and maybe winner.
The answer is that they kiss for 20 minutes, and that's the end of the movie. I've been doing that on Twitter, where I'll just be like,
that.
they kiss now. And
It'll turn
cherry blossoms in the background.
It'll turn out that the real King Kong versus Godzilla was
the
the friends
we made along the way.
Along the way.
Like that one Fast and Furious movie where they're seeing each other on the freeway. It's like, you know what? He is my brother.
Yes, it's the end of Furious 7 where Godzilla and Kong just look at each other like...
background.
Okay, but... Furious 7 still makes me fucking cry. Fuck you. That ending is so fucking good. Damn it. I'm fucking baby, okay?
You're a baby.
It's okay, you are baby.
I'm monkey.
You are monkey baby.
I am monkey baby.
God damn
You
it,
are
Robin.
monkey baby.
How much you willing to bet that on YouTube people are going to type down #monkey?
I will.
Okay, then.
70%.
It will be me.
All right, right.
Of course I know him. He's me.
Okay.
I will bet a lot of money on that, Golden.
Okay.
It will be me.
Okay, Ryley, you got anything else?
Honestly, if it does pan out, it would make more sense for Godzilla to win. But we are seeing how like King Kong can possibly take the upper hand because he's like utilizing an axe made from one of Godzilla's spikes from the looks of it, and that's how it's able to take on the atomic breath and not like just be destroyed. But even then, I'm still going for the big G. And if he does start losing, I'm just gonna play that fucking rap song where it does the theme that does "Get the fuck up." Simon says, "Get the fuck up." Simon says, "Get the fuck up."
Because you cut out there for a second.
I heard him.
The white rapper who isn't Eminem was detected.
Okay, so are we ready to pass it off to Solar?
Yes.
All right, Solar, it's all yours.
Oh boy. Let me just
Stretch.
Yep.
There you go.
Don't mind me. I'm just organizing my notes here. There we go. Okay, that's plenty enough. Okay, so
There we go.
first of all, Kong stands no chance against the Big G, and I'm going to explain to you all why. You see, Kong has big muscles, and that's about it. And everybody's like, oh, Kong has bigger brain than Godzilla. Well, proportionally, so do humans. Look where the fuck that got us. You see us making any progress? No. Not fucking really. You want to know how we ever made progress against fucking Godzilla? We built giant fucking robots. I don't see Kong building giant fucking robots. Sorry, don't see it happening. Okay? You're asking a walking nuclear arsenal and saying, yeah, no, a big gorilla's gonna take that out. Yep, yes, sir. That's certainly what's gonna happen.
So,
and yeah,
Super Jaeger? Super Jaeger!
I mean, listen.
I'm just imagining
Don't get my hopes up for another Pacific Rim movie, man. Come on.
Okay, yeah, no, I know.
I love the first one. I thought the second one was good, despite what everybody else said about it. Don't get my hopes up for a third one. I want a third one. I want more giant monster movies, people.
Well,
Come on.
there's an anime now.
It's my crack. just crush it up and just yeah. Right up in there.
Get out, bitch.
Insert. All right. So yeah, walking nuclear arsenal, big monkey, nuclear arsenal wins every time. Okay, like yeah, Kong has the axe. Whoop-de-doo. He still has to get in close. Okay, and as it turns out, it's a lot easier to move a beam up and down than it is to move an axe to block it directly, perfectly every single time. Literally, all he has to do is just sweep it across him a couple times, and then it's like, oh yeah, I've blocked about 1/8 of this attack, and then 7/8 of it is still scorching my fucking pectorals off. I'm sorry, the axe isn't gonna make that much of a fucking difference. I don't see it doing that. That being
Do
said,
all these things in the trailer.
Let him talk.
yeah, in the fucking trailer, he holds the axe above his head, and then for whatever fucking reason, Godzilla, instead of shooting him in the chest, the dick, the head, the pecs, literally anywhere else, he aims directly for the axe that's like fucking 50 feet above his head. For whatever reason. Fuck off. That doesn't count. That's stupid. Anyways. So, yeah, being completely serious, though, I'm with Robin. I'm like 99.9% sure that there is going to be a third monster in the movie. And I'm also I've said this like at least 5 times in other calls. I'm dead certain it's going to be Mechagodzilla. As a matter of fact, it's in the trailer, but you gotta look real close to it.
Yeah.
There are two key scenes in the trailer that point to Mechagodzilla. One of them, and people are saying, oh, it could be Godzilla charging up his atomic breath. However, in every case that we've seen this, except for Burning Godzilla, his atomic breath charge has been shown to be blue. In this case, the lights that we are seeing are red, which would indicate it's not actually Godzilla. And considering something of that size and that silhouette, it's likely Mechagodzilla. But even more damning is slightly further down the line in the trailer, and this one's a lot more subtle because you actually have to look into the background. But you see, I'm a fuck, and I analyzed this trailer because I goddamn wanted to see Mechagodzilla. Fucking hell, I did. So yeah, in the background you can see one of the characters. It's when the line "These are dangerous times" comes up, and you look in the background, and behind the character you can see a diagram. You can see a partial diagram. And there is what appears to be an exoskeleton. Some of the words are cut off because the character's blocking it, but you can clearly see charging there. So I'm like, yeah, that's Mechagodzilla. He's charging up. He's gonna go and fucking save the day. Because, fucking humanity, 2 giant monsters fucking up buildings. Now we're gonna fucking say, alright, that's enough. Now we're gonna fucking enter the playing field. However, in this very podcast, I actually kind of not really realized, but rediscovered something, which was essentially, we don't know why Godzilla would be attacking the surface, because that's like the catalyst for the movie. Like, they don't know why Godzilla's just suddenly attacking humans, because usually he just fucks off and leaves them alone. But that kind of brought me back to another Mechagodzilla movie, because as most of you know, there are 3 iterations. Some people say 4, but we don't count the anime version, because the anime version fucking sucks, and it's stupid, and it's not even Mechagodzilla, because it turns into a fucking city. Whoop-de-doo! It's a city! It's a city! And it's like, this is the superior version. Really? What happened? How did it get blown up? People went and shot the power plant because it's that fucking sprawling and it has no defenses of its own. Shut the fuck up. The goddamn anime version sucks cock and it was wasted potential. That being said, there are 3 main iterations of Mechagodzilla. There's the Showa era, which is the first one that Ryley mentioned. It originally disguised itself as the OG Godzilla, and it fucking broke Anguirus' jaw. Jesus Christ, that was pretty vicious. That one was built by aliens, so I mean, nobody gave a shit if they blew it up because it was the fucking bad guy. Second one, Heisei era, built by humans. It also had a fucking like jetpack spaceship that it could combine with, had fucking laser cannons and shit. Pretty fucking cool. Also got blown up. Similar to what happened in King of the Monsters, but instead of Mothra, it was Rodan. Fucking spiral heat beam. Pretty cool. I mean, technically, if you want to get into it, there was also Mogira, not the first one from the Mysterians, because that's not even a Godzilla film. Shut the fuck up. That's not canon. Anyways. Mogira 2.0, as I like to call it, the one that was actually built from the leftover parts of this Heisei era Mechagodzilla, you could technically argue that has at least some Mechagodzilla in it. It's literally built from the fucking leftovers. That one was pretty cool. I thought that'd be neat. That'd be a kind of a cool entry if they really wanted to subvert expectations, but I'm still pretty sure it's going to be Mechagodzilla because, come on, it's one of the most famous fucking mecha in the series.
Yep.
Matter of fact,
That's
there's
probably what's triggering him.
That actually brings me to my next point. The third iteration, the Millennium era, also known as Kiryu, is the best fucking one. Hands down, suck my dick, your opinion's wrong if you think otherwise.
The fucking bones of the original.
Kiryu is a straight fucking badass because he was built as an exoskeleton over the bones of the original 1954 Godzilla, and what actually happens is because of that, that actually attracts Godzilla to Kiryu, which actually causes more monster attacks instead of lessening them. Also, it has the side effect of making Kiryu go rogue and just fucking attack without any input from humans, which is pretty fucking cool because he can fight by himself. That's awesome! That brings me to the point of what I think there might be trying to go for here, which would be, basically it's the same shit. There is something about this particular iteration of Mechagodzilla that Godzilla doesn't fucking like. I don't know if it's going to be the bones of the original. I'm pretty sure the legendary iteration of Godzilla is its own thing. Like, it doesn't follow the continuity of the other ones. So they might go with something similar. They might not. But that kind of brings me to another point, which is just, obviously we know Kong and Godzilla are going to be in the movie. It's the fucking title. We're 99% sure that Mechagodzilla is going to be in the movie. But here's the thing. Like, people are running around with the theory that Mechagodzilla is what's causing Godzilla to go rogue, or even that Mechagodzilla is the Godzilla that is attacking Kong. Which I don't fucking believe, because I'm 99% sure this Mechagodzilla was constructed by humans, so why the fuck would they just send it to go and beat up Kong? That makes no goddamn sense. Like, none. Why would they do that? What purpose would they have to just go and piss off one of the monsters? I mean, sure, if Kong showed up and started fucking tearing down buildings, absolutely, send him out there, say fuck him up, and send him packing, get him the fuck out of here. But he's on a boat, and Godzilla just comes on and just starts fucking attacking him. Why would they do that with Mechagodzilla? Why would they send their biggest weapon just to piss off monsters for no reason? Doesn't make any sense. So what I think is there might actually be a fourth entity that enters the movie. So now it's time to get into the real theory crafting shit. There are two big possibilities, technically three, but I'm pretty sure that Mechagodzilla is going to be in the fucking thing. All right, that one's going to be fucking damn certain. I'm calling it right now, as a matter of fact. He will be in this fucking film. I'm stating it officially. 100% he's in this film. 100%. Calling it right now.
You're gonna be super disappointed if he's not.
Wait, who?
If he's Mechagodzilla.
Oh, yeah, that. But who's the fourth one that you're thinking of?
Mechagodzilla is the third monster that I'm saying. I'm saying there's a possibility of a fourth one entering.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were getting to that. Sorry.
Getting to that. So, anyways, there are two big contenders for this one. Both of them were shown in King of the Monsters, as a matter of fact. So, first off, we know that in King of the Monsters, Godzilla ripped off one of Ghidorah's heads. It went into the bottom of the ocean, and then some fucking fisherman found it or some shit. I don't know. All we know is that the head got recovered, and some fuck bought it for some reason. Maybe for its regenerative properties. Maybe they wanted to make super drugs out of it. Maybe they wanted to make Mecha King Ghidorah, which is what I'm fucking hoping. We need more of that shit. The other possibility, also shown in King of the Monsters, is when they tried to kill Godzilla with an oxygen destroyer bomb. That is actually the weapon that killed the original 1954 Godzilla in the movie.
Yep.
Because it just fucking destroyed all the oxygen cells, A, in the water, and B, in Godzilla's tissue. So yeah, fucking bones. That's how he died. However, it also had the side effect of mutating mutating a bunch of fucking trilobites and shit at the bottom of the ocean, which then started to combine with one another and eventually became Destroyer. So right now, Destroyer! Right now, that's the big one that I'm thinking.
You really think they'll set him loose this early into the series? I'm a little worried about that.
Hope so. I fucking hope so.
Well, here's the thing. I need to argue with you about that, though, because setting him loose so soon to this franchise, I mean, he was like the monster that killed Godzilla and Toho, and his son had to take up the reins. We don't really have a backup Godzilla.
Before Destroyer.
I just want to point out,
He was already fucking melted. I told you I was gonna filibusters as soon as it got to my turn, fucker. You thought I was kidding.
Oh, no. I agree, but, like, Bliss is a bit scared of, in context. And Solar's just sitting there with a throbbing erection going like, yes! Unleash him! Unleash him!
Unleash the Magnum Dong!
Everybody get your umbrellas.
Okay, I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool. I totally agree, because I love Destroyer. But you release a monster that big into the game, knowing the fans knowing what the fans are going to do and what they're going to say. you're basically ending the series then.
Do you
That's
see
not
the
necessarily
vein
true.
on his cock?
He is one of the biggest, baddest monsters you can. He's bigger than King Ghidorah, and I really fucking hated saying that.
Solo.
He can only get so erect, Blissy.
So I'm gonna pitch you something. I'm gonna pitch you something, and it's gonna piss you off, but let me finish it. Because here is, if you did that, if you made Destroya, what if instead of it being Mechagodzilla, the third monster is Destroya? So Godzilla and Kong have to team up to fight Destroya, but it also kills Godzilla, because this is Batman versus Superman now. This is just
a fucking joke about that!
Don't even
I'm just
joke
saying,
about that.
that's a possibility now that you've opened that Pandora's box.
You opened the Pandora's box yourself, dude.
But I doubt that it is going to happen, because what I think is going to happen is, I think what it's going to be is fucking Oxygen Destroyer mutates sea life, forms Destroyer. Godzilla's like, hey, what the fuck is that shit? That shit's on my turf. You motherfuckers made this because you bombed the water. You bombed my fucking house and you brought that abomination there. What the fuck's wrong with you? Now I gotta kill it. Fuck all of you in the process. And that's why Kong's
like an annoyed housewife. I just
he is annoyed. I'd be pissed off if somebody tried to bomb my house too, just because I was fucking big. Anyways, that being said, Kong's like, no, fuck off. They didn't know what they were doing. Kind of. I don't know. They fight, and then they're like, and then the humans just say, all right, yeah, they're both tearing shit up. Let's get Mechagodzilla in there. Let's beat the fuck out of both of them. Then that's when Destroya enters the party, and we see a fucking three-way tag team match. They all take on Destroya. That's what I fucking want. Give me that shit. That's what, just lots of that. Three-way tag team, big fucking monster. Everybody fucking pounds the shit out of it. Give me that. I want that. That, please. Yes. Give to me. Want it. Yes.
Putting in a Warner Brothers movie where two characters that are famous fight, and then unleashing the thing that kills one of them into the third act has not worked too well the last time they did it. So I would not put in the energy that putting in the monster that kills Godzilla into this franchise, at this point, would not end with Godzilla being dead.
That's entirely true. However, this being said, and since this is legendary, and we know that they have the capability to make other kaiju, Destroya does not necessarily have to be the end-all, be-all anymore. There's a potential for more powerful monsters, or even hell. Because Destroy is able to fucking split himself off into smaller versions of himself because, yeah, he wasn't terrifying enough. Now he can turn into a bunch of fucking giant cockroaches and fucking reform later. I mean, that's easily what could happen, too. They beat him to the brink of death, then one of them gets away and he regenerates and like, oh, great, now that one's fucking out there and now he knows that fucking humans are on top of their shit now. Or some shit like that. I'm just saying. Mechagodzilla is gonna be in this film. Godzilla has a huge advantage over Kong just in terms of range, and Monkey has big brain because he can make pointy stick. Pointy stick doesn't do much against nuclear fire, even if it can block it for at least some time.
So you're on Team Monkey, right?
I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to tie you in a fucking pretzel.
I'll help you.
I'm going to tie you in a
No, you don't understand, Bliss. Monkey is flexible. Robin will just be flexible like Monkey.
I'm going to tie you into a pretzel, encase you in cement, and throw you in the fucking ocean.
It's okay, Monkey
Robin
is smart. He will get
no.
I flexible and strong like
Monkey.
So yeah, in case it wasn't glaringly obvious at this point, I'm on Team Godzilla. He's the true king of the monsters. Don't fucking at me. Or even do at me. I don't give a fuck. I'm correct.
He's fucking God!
Brother, I would like you to check the chat, please.
I've seen it. I actually watched that movie fucking 2 days ago. Just
no, the one above that, brother.
The cum one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Are
That's
you-
what would happen right there.
Are you-
I'd probably get thrown
Hold
out.
on, hold
Well,
on.
who'd be the victim?
Guys, hold on a second.
Whoever's in front of me, I guess.
Guys,
Wait.
What?
are you guys talking about pictures in the Discord chat? Because nobody can
Yes.
look at that.
I know.
know.
We know.
I know.
We
They're
can't
bringing
put
it
this
to
on
my
stream.
attention.
We will get we will get taken down.
We will
So-
get banned if this goes on stream. He was bringing it to my attention because I wasn't looking at the Discord, not anybody else. Fuck you. You don't get the inside jokes. Only the cool kids get them.
Chat, it's a cum joke. That's what we're talking about.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Aeon did the joke you
It's
expect.
the whipped cream.
That's what happened.
All right. Enough of that part, because that's. Oh God. Okay.
So, yeah.
Continue,
Anyway.
Solar.
So, anyways, we know that there's an outside influence that's affecting Godzilla in some way. Might be humans, might be Kong, might be aliens. We don't know.
I vote aliens.
I'm hoping it's alien. I'm hoping it's a third or even fourth party. But
I mean, they
again, Team Godzilla, just it hands down. Sorry, Monkey lost to biplanes. Team Godzilla had to fucking develop new weaponry that destroys oxygen in a fucking like a mile radius. Just
something like that.
outclassed here. Widely. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
How long was that? Like half an hour? Some shit like
You
that?
went
it
on
was
for
about
quite a
half an hour.
while. I kind of expected that, and I'm like, shit. What have I?
So we're
what-
not doing a Q&A tonight, right? We're just
What-
done after this.
I'm ready to get to the Q&A, but to give my thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm just going to anticipate just for the fun of it. I'm not going to go for any side. Whatever happens in the movie, as long as I'm entertained. I'm pretty much sticking with what Ryley said right there.
Same.
The whole debacle over this movie, because at some point, what I hope to do for a future podcast is actually talk about the movie, and boy, some of you would probably duke the fuck out of it. Like, holy
Hey,
shit.
Fox, remember how you did a whole stream that was just Helluva Boss?
Yeah.
I think when the movie comes out, the whole podcast just has to be monkey and lizard. We literally have been going on with this topic for almost an hour at this point, and it's only a 3-minute trailer.
There's a lot of weight put into it. We'll see what happens. If there's like multiple discussions about the movie, then yeah, I'll definitely consider making it its own podcast. So, in the meantime, we're ready to go to Q&A because we talked about this for quite a while now.
So with Golden's vote, that means that this podcast officially endorses no one because it's 3 monkey, 3 lizard.
Godzilla.
So, like the movie, it will end in a tie because that's how it's gonna happen, guys.
Monkey.
Godzilla.
Monkey. Ooh.
So much fun.
Alright, so
this.
I'm waiting.
I love that this
Alright,
goes
so still waiting on the questions. We're still waiting on the questions.
I can't wait. I can't
Solar,
fucking wait.
I was the entire time whenever Solar stops talking, I'm just gonna say, "So you're Team Monkey, right?"
I'm
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna get a fucking reaction out of you.
No, I remember. That's gonna be a moment to remember. It's like, so you go with Team Monkey? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
that needs to be in the monthly. By the way, this is a totally off topic. I'm gonna promote your thing, the stream highlights thing. That was really fucking good. I was like, man, that's really funny. Every now and again, we're pretty funny.
Are you talking about the clip, the compilation?
Yeah, the month-long compilation one. That was really good. I watched that one.
So
this
to give
morning.
out a little spoiler, that was something I wanted to save as an extra surprise for anybody who wanted to support my channel. But then I figured, you know what? Maybe this channel, having those videos out now, can help spark an idea of what is on the channel in short spurts, and it could draw an interest more, because I'm still trying to get my channel to second channel to grow. I'm 29 subs away, and then there's a cock tease going on, oh, I just gained a sub and then I drop it, and then I gained a sub and then I dropped it. It's just come on.
We're not going to talk about the cock tease that I've been having for the last 4 years, where I'm I've been at 3,000 subscribers, 3,600 ish for 3 years, and every time it's a little bit higher, it drops back down because YouTube deactivates inactive accounts. I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
You're doing that so the people. There's more of a chance that people who are subscribed are going to watch my content. But come on, I'm gonna get to 4,000 eventually.
No, I know that feeling, because even my channel, like, my main channel keeps fluctuating. I'm like, God damn it, that's annoying. I'm trying to grow it. Anyways, let's see what questions we have here. Derek the Brony asks all, Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza, Papa John's, or Little Caesars?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
I could give a shit less of which pizza brand I would go for. You know what actually sucked?
Blaze.
What?
Blaze Pizza.
Blaze is
Blaze
amazing.
is really fucking
Oh,
good.
God.
I only get it like every
Can
couple
confirm.
like
So
2
good,
years.
though.
It's so fucking good though.
Anyways,
amazing.
Sorry, goalie.
so to finish off my sentence, Pizza Hut used to have something that Keyframe and I used to have. They called them P-zones. They're calzones, and they were like nice and crunchy, but you still taste like the cheese inside it. Like, why? Why did you get rid of that?
Why do they
I
call it a
remember that.
P-zone?
No, they call it a pizzone.
Yeah.
Too much emphasis on the P. P-zone sounds like what I would call the urinal in the bathroom.
That's what I'm thinking. It sounds
Welcome
like,
to the P zone.
even the P-zone. It sounds
For
like
the aim properly into the P-zone.
like a fetish, a P-zone.
Alright, let's get to the other question. Magical Star asks, what's another versus film would you like to see? Like, what characters and concepts would you like to see duke out in film?
You know what? Can I just say it out loud?
Go ahead.
That's what the
It's a
question's
stupid
for.
thing. It's a stupid thing.
Okay.
I want to see My Little Pony versus Transformers into like an
We got the
actual
comic.
theatrical.
I
Yeah,
wanna
the
see
comic
it.
did that.
No, I want a theatrical. I'm talking budget here. I'm talking budget. I'm talking CGI. I'm talking all of that. Like a mixture of 2D and CGI, not like with X-Arm, but like a mixture of those two combined. Like if it's done so well, it could like skyrocket in the box office industry. Like
Yeah.
that alone.
So mine isn't a versus movie. Like I don't want this as a whole movie. I think it'd be very dumb. But I really want to see Shazam versus Superman. I really want to see it in a scene. I love Shazam so fucking much. And
Shazam wins. Superman's weak to magic.
oh yeah, that's how this ends.
Yeah.
And then you don't want a whole movie based around it because that's stupid. And like it doesn't even have to be like an angry competition. It just as a like just a sparring match between Billy Batson and Clark Kent. Fuck, give me that. That sounds so fucking fun. I want more. I want Superman and Shazam to just be in more things together because they're awesome.
All right, you ready to fight Shazam? All right, fight's over. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that could be the whole scene. I just want to see that because I just really want Shazam 2, guys. It's 2 more years from now. I just want Shazam 2.
Robin,
Yeah.
you have a problem.
I do.
You have a problem.
I have a lot of problems.
I just want to say for the record that I had, like, what Galaxy just said on what she wanted to see. It's like that slight trigger of, oh no, I don't want comics covering it. I want something really done. God, I know that pain.
No, I don't care about the comics. That's the whole difference there. I don't care about the comics. I want, like, big budget. Like, I'm talking if Hasbro is willing to commit to this idea, they should do it right. I want to see Twilight beating the shit out of Megatron.
Power of friendship or something.
Okay.
On some
Let's
Deus Ex Machina bullshit. No, here's the thing. I want My Little Pony turning into some, like, what was it called? Pacific Rim bullshit. I want that.
Okay then.
Ever for your room. Let's do it.
Next question. Yeah. So, what are all your thoughts on Christopher Plummer's death, the guy who sang "Never Say Never" from the American Tale?
I mean, it's kind of a sad topic on this one.
It kind of is.
I kind of want to. I mean, no offense to the guy who asked the question, respect but I don't want to somber the podcast. We're having a fun time.
Comedy.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. We're weirdos.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this
We're
sounds like
having
a
a lot of
subject that could be done more justice if it's not in like a free-form, free-flow, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, how about I make this, I'll make a quick statement. Respect to the person who passed away. He will be dearly missed, and let's move on.
Yeah.
We talked about Godzilla versus Kong for like an hour and a half. You don't handle death too well on this podcast.
Next question, Goldie.
All right, I'm looking around.
There's one for you.
Do you all hate spicy food? I don't hate it.
I
Let you even get that indication. The fuck?
I am a slut for spicy food. I am India level slut.
Same.
That is me. I've eaten a curry that was actually ghost pepper hot Scolio rating. It was so fucking good. It's just I can't find it anymore.
Okay
Yeah,
then.
you're pretty much a slut for everything, though.
Bliss, you have a
I
question.
am, but it's spice
Guys.
when it comes to food.
Guys.
What?
All right, Bliss, you have a question. What's your favorite Godzilla movie?
What's my favorite Godzilla movie? Ooh,
Why Godzilla's Revenge, of course.
get the fuck out of here. It's really hard for me to say because they all kind of blend together for me. Because a lot of them are from my childhood. I can only say I would say I would roughly enjoyed all of them because they all have a significant hold of nostalgia for me in regards to memories. Because I watched these with my dad. Ever since I was a little girl, I would sit on his belly with a bowl of popcorn, and we would just marathon the crap out of Godzilla movies on the Sci-Fi Channel. You remember those, Solar? I don't know if you were around for those.
Oh, I fucking remember
remember
Godzilla on the Sci-Fi Channel. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, it was like some of the best times I ever had with my dad. So I can't just pick one, because each one of them was special to me.
I also had relatives that had pretty much every fucking Godzilla film on VHS, so that was cool.
So yeah.
I remember Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla was pretty fucking cool. They introduced fucking Mogira 2, which was the cool one because the Mysterians one doesn't exist. We don't talk about it. It's dumb. Mysterians one big. Fucking Mogira 2.0 has goddamn spiral grenades, and if that's not cool, I don't know what the fuck is.
Godzilla says I need to fight my own battles, don't you know?
By the way, I'm gonna be right back.
Let's
Scream into a fucking... Oh my god, I think I shot my voice. Oh.
let's get to the next question before things get too out of hand.
If I'm going to fucking chime in, I think my favorite one was... I know I said Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, but honestly, it's fucking Godzilla against Mechagodzilla 3 or fucking Godzilla Tokyo SOS, which was actually the second movie in the Kiryu saga, of which there's only 2, because Kiryu only needed 2 movies. You know why? Kiryu got shit done. You know what?
Also,
You know what
Shin
fucking
Godzilla's
happened?
really good.
Shin Godzilla is also really good. You know what fucking happened when Kiryu fought Godzilla? He won. Every time. Every single time. He beat the shit out of Godzilla. He went rogue and still beat the shit out of Godzilla. He fucking, he had his power drained. He had fucking parts blown up. Didn't fucking matter. He still beat the shit out of Godzilla. He said, I'm the OG, bitch. You're fucking nothing to me. You're nothing. Nada. Zero. You know how Kiryu fucking exited the scene? He went out on his own terms. He's like, yeah, no, I'm the bones of the OG Godzilla. I'm going back into the ocean to rest. Fuck the lot of you, and I'm taking the other Godzilla with me. He can rest too. Fuck it. I'm done fighting for you all. I'm gonna rest at the bottom of the fucking sea. Y'all bastards dug me up. I'm done fighting. I do my shit my own way. He knows not to fuck with you, and now I'm going to sleep. Fuck the lot of you.
Okay.
Also, they gave him the triple hyper laser cannon, and that shit was really funny because both of his ultimate weapons are really
Jeez.
fucking broken.
Are you
The
finished?
first one was no, I'm not. The first one was absolute zero. You know what kind of temperature you have to lower shit to in order to get it to absolute zero? Really
what are we
fucking
talking
cold.
Solar is still ranting. Don't worry.
He's going on another tangent.
Kiryu's Absolute Zero Cannon, which then got replaced by the Triple Hyper Maser Cannon because the Triple Hyper Maser Cannon was a lot more energy efficient because, yeah, turns out turning shit to Absolute Zero takes a lot of energy out of you. But then they just decided, hey, what about the gun that we used to hurt Godzilla, but 3 of them all bolted into his chest? That's pretty cool, right? And that's how Kiryu got the Triple Hyper Maser Cannon. Also, Maser Cannons are cool. Go on.
Dude, if you hit Absolute Zero, time stops.
Yeah.
Time literally stops. I think a lot of people don't realize that, because a lot of people just look at that and they don't know a lot about physics, and granted, most people don't know this, and they just think, oh, it's just really fucking cold, right? No, time literally stops.
Literally, the concept of Absolute Zero is you're lowering matter to such a temperature that the molecules in them stop moving entirely. That's how... For those of you that don't know science, that's how molecules work. In a gaseous state, they're really loose, they're not really connected to anything. In a liquid state, they're kind of connected, they flow around each other. In a solid state, they're all just sort of stuck together, and they move very little. Absolute Zero, they move none. They stop moving entirely. They are utterly frozen, and that's why it's called Absolute Zero.
Yeah, but wouldn't that also be like atoms? Because literally, time has stopped.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, so somebody was asking about our thoughts on the Animaniacs reboot. I originally wanted to do a topic on that, but then I heard recently that the original creator was completely ghosted and ignored during the production, and I think that's a pretty scummy thing to do. I was originally excited about the show, but after hearing that, I don't like supporting that behavior.
Yeah, it's kind of fucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts on that, but that's for another time. From the first season, I saw people getting mad about it. Like, they're like, this is, they went woke. I'm like, it's the same show. It's just, it's just a different decade. And there are some sketches that aren't funny, and there are some sketches that are really funny. And that's kind of what you get with the original. There are some of the Animaniacs sketches fucking suck.
Hey, you can't rely on the American people. Only the NSA can do that.
Yeah, but there are some jokes that just fucking sucked in the original, and there are some jokes that fucking suck in the reboot. So it's Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just grateful that Animaniacs had the fucking balls to go with a lot of the jokes that they did. They didn't fucking care. No punches pulled. Yeah. None of them.
My favorite meme based on that joke is the NSA agent laughing his ass off because he thinks that you're the FBI.
Alright, next question. Askall, which video game controller do you think is the worst? N64 controller.
Yeah, no, like, apparently fucking Nintendo designed a controller with people that had a hand attached to their dick or something.
Isn't one of the great unresolved questions is how the fuck you're supposed to properly handle the thing?
I think the way that is universally agreed upon is left hand middle stock and then right hand right stock.
That's so awkward, though.
Yeah, and then you have the fucking third stock that's out the fuck. Like, I think a lot of N64 games just kind of had it designed where you either use the D-pad or you use the control stick, but you wouldn't have to use both in conjunction because then you have to fucking shift your hand back and forth.
Ryley, I swear to God, if you post one more fucking GIF, I swear to everything Celestia holds.
Ryley,
you.
Yeah, Ryley, didn't I tell you not to posting pictures while we're doing a discussion or a stream?
No, he's in the podcast discussion, dude.
We're just
Yeah, that's
Ryley
what I mean.
Currently is just pissing off Bliss, and we don't have to address it. It's just kind of us pissing off Bliss, and I'm just posting Mac and me gifs.
Also, Bliss, you do know where he is, but you won't go there because it's too cold for you.
Shut up!
Ooh!
Somebody did bring up the original Xbox controller. I don't like how the Duke feels. It's cool. It's too big.
The Xbox 360 controller, on the other hand, is perfection.
That is...
It really is.
Yeah, 360 is perfection, yeah.
Xbox 360, I'm holding one right now. Literally fucking perfect design. There's not one thing I would change.
My current favorite controllers are the 360 controller, the PS4, I just like how comfortable it feels in my hands, and the Switch Pro controller. Holy shit, that thing is so nice. like it's like the perfect weight, rechargeable off of USB Type-C, which doesn't matter to a lot of people. That's fucking great for me. It uses everything that my Switch uses. I like the buttons, like they're just big enough. Like the triggers feel nice to use. Just I love the Switch Pro controller.
I think the Xbox One controller too. It's not as perfect as the 360 one. You do have to get used to it a bit, but I prefer the triggers on it. I never could get behind. Like I don't mind the PS4 controller, but there is a meme that me, Solar, and Bliss have, where every time we're like using an app like YouTube or something, every time we set it down, the triggers suck. Okay, I'll put it like this: they're better than previous DualShock controllers, but they still suck in general compared to controllers.
They're too sensitive because we'll
one
put
at a
them
time.
down and literally we will put them on the couch, and because the couch is slightly pliable, it will move the trigger approximately 1 millimeter, and because it does that, it'll be like, oh, you want to skip ahead 5 minutes? All right, cool, gotcha. Thanks, based Sony. That's what we wanted. That's the joke, by the way. Thanks, Sony.
Yeah, I like how it feels in, like, yeah, there's bullshit like that, but I also have that with a 360 controller where, like, I'd put it somewhere and the triggers would somehow go off, and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Or, like, the shoulder buttons would go off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I can, like, set it straight down and doesn't flip, but on the PS4, because they're hanging off, setting it straight down will set them off.
I just find the PS4 controller more comfortable for my...
The only downside to the Xbox 360 controller, it is pretty much a perfect controller, is that I frequently run into issues where it ends up drifting after a while.
Yeah.
Oh, like the dead zone on the analog stick?
Yeah. It'll just randomly start drifting on its own, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I do have one that's like that.
I had one that was like that. Actually, I still have it. It's, here. I mean, yeah, no, this one is, the one that has the drift I've been using for, like, God, like, several fucking years. Probably at least 5. And it's only just now gotten to the point where I had to get a new one. The new one is still working fine. So, at the very least, you can use it for a long fucking while without having to worry about replacement. Given the obvious fact that you don't start fucking throwing it around when you lose your fucking games or whatever. Just treat them right and they'll last for a long time.
Yeah, mine took a lot of abuse, and the only damage it really had to show is that one of the bumpers is kind of funky, and yeah, there is a slight drift on one of the analog sticks.
Yep.
But not enough to like ruin... Like, I could still like play Halo or Call of Duty on it pretty well without it ruining my... whatever I'm doing.
Oh yeah, Ryley and I talked about this last night after the stream went offline. Think about getting the Master Chief Collection next time it goes on sale on Steam. We just play through all 4 games together.
No, I'm already planning on doing that. And I was just going to call out, hey, I'm playing it right now. Everyone who's got me on Steam at jump in 4 slots.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay, so scrolling up a bit. Let's see. Somebody's asking our thoughts on Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase.
Hell yeah!
That's a good movie.
Daze University.
Why do I hear an echo?
I don't know.
Echo.
Echo?
Echo?
Go.
I heard it.
Oh, there it is. It's Galaxy.
Galaxy,
Hey,
are you wearing
Galaxy.
headphones?
I'm using my PC.
Yeah, we can hear the feedback.
Oh,
wanna go, like,
I'll mute.
All right. So let's see. I could.
Yeah, the best part about Cyber Chase, and it's not even with the movie, it's from the Rebel Taxi review of it, which is one of the it's one of those clips I just randomly come back to every now and then, where it's like he just goes State University, which is so funny to me. Like that, the fact that the college is called State University is so fucking stupid. The movie is it's not very good. It's not very good at all, but it's very fun.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to be waiting for one more question, and we'll call it that. In the meantime, I just want to make something clear that when it comes to asking questions and such, the most that I expect are mostly just practical ones, because some people make jokes like, have you gone to Dan's and such, and while they are funny at first, that's not the kind of questions that I go for. We're here to have discussions. Making joke questions doesn't really, indicate a discussion. It's just a joke.
If it can be answered with yes or no, it's not going to work on the podcast. Even if it's a joke question, we can get a joke discussion out of. That's funny. Yeah, we can bounce jokes off of each other. But if it's just a question where it's like the answer is yes or no, what the fuck's the point? We don't
have you gone to Dan's? Oh boy, yeah, it's real fun saying yes to that for the 5th time in a row.
Yeah, Also, I especially don't like it when somebody goes to paste the same question over and over and over again. I talked about it before. That's just desperately wanting attention. I hate to sound like a dick, but maybe we don't have an interest in talking about it.
Yeah, if your question isn't answered, or if it looks like we're moving past your question, usually it doesn't. It means that we didn't like it that much, or it wasn't something we think would work for the podcast, or just wasn't funny. I know during the Q&A sections of the podcast, I'm pretty much glued to the chat. I'm looking for what questions, so you might even hear me just while we're nearing the end of a discussion, like, hey, there's this question, and sometimes it's ignored, but whatever. That's fine. Yeah, we look at these questions, and some of them are funny, or some of them are good discussions.
I've seen a lot that were specifically towards me or specifically towards Aeon, but we're kind of looking for a group questions.
Yeah.
So
here's
as a general guideline, if you're going to ask a question, make it a question that we can make a conversation out of. Just like, oh hey, Lightning Bliss, why don't you like being called cute?
Yeah.
Hey, I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
When I mean questions, be more. What's the more
original?
Be more thoughtful and be considerate. That's part of what a podcast is about.
Or topical.
Yeah, okay, and speaking of...
The point of asking the questions is to get us to talk about the subject that you're asking about.
Yeah.
Just, hey, here's a punchline, real funny.
Alright, so here's one question from Silverwinter2, and he's asking, and this is something that applies to a lot of you, what game do you hate but oddly enjoy playing? In other words, somewhat of a guilty pleasure.
Fuck, that's actually hard.
That's a
let me fucking look through my library real quick.
Okay, I got one, and this is the one that will probably send me to horny jail, I guess.
Okay.
I really like Honeycam Studio. It's not because the art style is, there's obviously it's lewd or less. It's not PG-13. We couldn't play it on the stream. I just really like kind of strategy-based games and time management simulators, so that's really fun for me. And yeah.
Robin. Are you excited for Honey Pop 2?
I don't like Honey Pop. I don't. I'm not good at Bejeweled. That's my problem. I'm bad at it.
Oh, okay, understandable.
To go right into that, I acknowledge that a lot of people shit on this game, and I think I brought it up before, but I love Rise, Son of Rome, specifically because I love history, so every so often when you're into history, you just have a history boner for Rome at some point. It's inevitable. It will happen. And the thing is that I had a throbbing, veiny, erect history talk for Rome at a particular point. I found Rise, Son of Rome, it was cheap, and here's the thing. There's nothing, it's not supposed to be historically accurate, and yeah, you can make fun of some of the gameplay mechanics for sure, but it is a love letter to literally everything you love about Rome, and they just did some historical editing to put it in one place, and some revision. Yeah, you end up saving Rome. That is the big plot twist in the end. Rome doesn't fall, you end up saving it. But they do it really... But it has everything you think of when you think of Rome. It has gladiuses, it has references to the Punic Wars, it has fucking Boudica's in here now for some reason, even if she has a badass upgrade that she didn't have in real life. Okay,
this game's from 2013?
Yeah.
This game looks fucking good still.
It's amazing. Yeah. It looks incredible. And yeah, it's just about you being a Roman centurion doing badass Rome things and slaying barbarians. And it's fucking great. And I recognize some of the stuff from history too, so I nerd out about it, but I also understand why a lot of people either forgot about it or just pushed it aside. I personally loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I got a game that I hate that I love, and that's basically DMC.
Which one?
No,
Devil
DMC.
May Cry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Devil May Cry. Okay.
The 2013 one.
The
And
reboot one.
Yeah.
Oh, the edgy one.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
I hate the characters so fucking much in that remake, but the combat is pretty solid, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Boy, a game that I have a love-hate relationship with. That's
Ooh, I got another one on that one if you're still thinking.
okay.
Batman Arkham Knight, because I love the gameplay, I love the stealth, I love the action, I love the graphics. It's still one of those beautiful looking games. It's fucking 6 years old this year, which is fucking insane to me. The voice acting is still fantastic. It's just like the little annoying stupid things that the plot does. It's like, you're so close to being perfect. I want to love you so much.
Didn't a lot of people hate the Batmobile in that game?
It's fun until they make it like, so they have like your big like emotional boss battle, and it's a fucking tank battle. There's nothing less emotionally impactful than a shitty tank battle. Like that's just, it's not interesting.
All right.
I honestly, this is a very weird question because how can you hate something but love it at the same time?
I picked a game that everyone else kind of disliked, but I personally like. You could go that route too.
Okay,
You
so
could- yeah,
if
you
we're
could
talking
just feel like a
about
guilty pleasure.
guilty pleasures in particular, I think I answered this question before. There's actually a handful of games that I actually enjoy playing, despite everybody else hating on it. And I answered this before. I think there were like 2 games. One of which that I remember is Airfighter's Assault on the N64. It's a flight simulator game. It received some very bad reviews. Some of the controls are a little weird to get used to. Some of the missions are very unevenly balanced. But I also enjoy playing The Lion King on the Sega Genesis and Super NES, despite the harsh difficulty spike that the second stage has.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
I actually discovered that apparently a lot of people don't like this video game, and that was just based off a review I saw. But it was a PlayStation 1 game, or was it a PlayStation 2? But it was Alien Resurrection.
Oh.
Isn't that how you met your husband?
No. I met my husband in Alien vs. Predator 2 for the PC. That game was actually pretty good. Just had
I
terrible.
knew it was an Alien game.
Yeah, that game had terrible netcode, but overall that was actually a pretty good game for its time. Just terrible graphics and a really bad netcode.
The fun fact about that game is that kind of defined the modern shooter in a way.
It wasn't well. I argue Doom did that, and Duke, and those shooter games really did that.
Well, one of the things it's mostly remembered for is how like one of the reviews on the game was saying how they didn't like the game where you use both the left stick and the right stick to aim and move around and shoot at the same time. And I'm just like, that is the definition of a modern shooter.
It really is.
Like, it wasn't what you think of. It's more like one goes right forward, and it was like some weird tank control stuff, I think.
It was one of the first to like make that in the home video game console market.
It definitely had a learning curve, and even I admit it took me like just keep in mind I was obsessed with Aliens, and I still am. So it took me hours to figure out the controller for this. But once I nailed it down, and then I nailed down like the enemies that came out, because these enemies were timed and they weren't random. They were playing out on code. So when one alien killed me, I would predict where it would come the next time, and then I would plan out my strategy to take it out. You really had to plan out your strategy when killing these mother effers, because they were hard to kill. It was a pistol. It wasn't.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, this game, look up a review about it. It's one of the most. The reviewer will tell you it's one of the hardest, most infuriating games to play. And here I am chuckling my ass off because I basically memorized the game down to the lines and the plot and the music, and when every single enemy comes out to kill you. So it's like, that wasn't that hard. You just gotta memorize everything.
That's me with Sonic Adventure 2, literally.
I downloaded that the other day, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Dusky, did you have one?
Not really. I don't generally play games that I don't like.
Yeah, it's not that you don't like it. We're talking like guilty pleasures. Like, do you have a game that perhaps everyone else didn't like but you thought was good or something?
I mean, I kind of enjoy. I used to enjoy Fallout 76 when I still had time for it. The bugs got too much for me. The last straw for me with that game was when these robots were in a building shooting at me, lasers, and my health is dropping, and I turn, and there is nothing there. The whole building didn't spawn in.
There, it's not, there are no robots. There is no building.
There's no building, but they're still shooting at me. I'm losing health, and my friend is like, "Why aren't you shooting back?" I said, "To what?" There's nothing there. Because the buildings didn't spawn in, they had an invisible shield. They didn't spawn in either.
If the game worked, I'd imagine like a multiplayer Fallout would be so much fucking fun.
I mean, that's what everybody else thought, and then it turns out, oh wait, you have to put effort into something like that to make it work.
Like, I think it's been patched a little bit better. Like, it's not as garbo as it used to be.
That doesn't fucking say much.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. It's like, if it went on like a big sale, like fucking, I'm not talking, I like, at most I'd pay like $10-15 for it. If I knew I had friends to play it with. Like, that seems like the only way I would actually want to play 76.
That's fair, I guess.
Robin, I don't know if I told you specifically this, but I did have a friend who played it when it was new, and I'm texting her, and she's just like, "Hey, wait, me and my friends got together, we got control of all the missile cells, we're gonna detonate all the nukes at the same time," and I think she was one of the people who firsthand discovered that doing that crashed, or literally killed the game server.
Yep.
I think she was one of those patient zero people who figured that out because she and her team of her friends did that just to see what would happen.
Yeah, it seems about right.
So, yeah, she may have made history. I'm like, I knew someone famous. They just this glitch.
Or when the fucking nukes didn't work at all when it went over to the next year because they didn't put in other years.
Fucking hilarious.
Just
so much wrong with
the entirety of Fallout 76 was like watching just consecutive train wrecks over, and every time something happened, next week something even worse showed up. Like, they were trying. It's like they were trying to speedrun, ruining their own credibility. Like, holy shit!
And it worked very well.
The sheer amount of incompetence that was just—it's like. First week, game doesn't work at all, fucking sucks. Alright, cool. Second week, people are logging into other people's fucking accounts. Third week, fucking people crash the server because they used too many nukes. Fourth week, all their fucking inventory is disappearing. Fucking fifth week, all the fucking duffel bag shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
god.
every week, just on the dot.
I can define this really well. Fallout 76 is the 2010 Sonic 06.
Okay.
Oh god.
I've got an even wilder comparison.
Okay.
I think that, like, so Peter and I have been talking off stream about Forza Horizon 4. That's like Fallout 76 done right. It's a game that you think wouldn't work as a multiplayer always online game, but it really works. And you can play it offline or play it with friends. Like, all the netcode shit fucking works, and it's a fun experience no matter what. That's what fucking Fallout 76 was supposed to be. It just took it being a racing game and made by a better developer.
In Scotland.
Yeah, in Scotland.
Scotland
Forever!
Robin, I'm gonna be that annoying shit that says, "Bro, is that a Supra?"
Literally, if we play this game together, you'll be like, you'll reference a car, I'll be like, "It go fast." I don't know cars.
No, you know what? I'll cramp your style. I'll be that guy in a Honda Civic with a fart can attached to it.
What?
No, I'm the one in a 1958 Peel riding alongside supercars.
Oh my god, you are a legend.
I do that on servers now. I just get it with a group of people because like they have these like hourly events called Forzathon, where like you can get a bunch of like fun bucks for the the in-game store. You can't pay real money for them. You only can get them from like doing these events and doing like challenges in game. It's really fucking fun. So I'll like show up like 5 minutes early, just kind of fucking around with other players, and I'll just get into like a P450, like this tiny little fucking car, and just like do donuts.
It's
around
the world record for the smallest car. For those of you who don't know,
it's very funny.
The top speed is literally influenced by how much you had for breakfast that morning, because that's great.
It's so fucking good. I'm gonna send a photo to you guys so you can see what it looks like. It's so fucking funny.
Okay,
the engine has 2 horsepower.
Alright, so, I think we
Who
kind
else,
of... Yeah.
Who else hasn't done the guilty pleasures?
Who said that?
Me.
No, somebody said wait.
Yeah,
Dusk.
because you were trying to talk.
Oh. Well, no, like anybody else?
I mean, I told the last time I was here, I talked about Sonic Adventure 2, so I'm not really going to go into that one again because everybody else already knows why I love that game.
And
I grew up with it. So, the one I will actually talk about, Space Hulk Deathwing. For those of you that don't know, this is a first-person Warhammer 40k shooter that takes place on a Space Hulk, which is basically a conglomeration of a bunch of different ships and fucking architecture and all kinds of crazy shit. Basically, the gist of it is go in, kill aliens. That's the whole thing. It has really shitty netcode. It is really frustrating to people that are just getting into it and don't exactly know how it works or like what strategies to use. If you don't know like what classes to pick or like how to balance your team out, it's really fucking frustrating. Sometimes it just is really badly. It's not really perfectly optimized, so a lot of times it'll just crash for no fucking reason whatsoever. That being said, the times when it all fucking comes together and it just works, oh, nothing feels better. Like, you get a fucking team that fucking knows how to cover your exits, you know how to lay down fucking opposing fields of fire, you know how to time your fucking abilities so that you can aid your team in the best possible ways, and it all just comes together, and you're fucking mowing down aliens for the glory of the Emperor. Oh, fucking nice. It feels so good. But yeah, a lot of the time it's getting to that point that is the real fucking frustrating part. But when it does, oh, it's nice. Anyways.
Are you gonna need a box of tissues over there?
He came all over this podcast.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he blew it with a Destroya thing, but...
Anyway, guys, thanks for coming.
Oh my god, dude.
Robin, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, no, I think that's where I end the Q&A. Jesus Christ.
That's how we end the podcast. Thanks for coming.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
So thank you for joining in on this podcast. Stay tuned, as the next time I stream will be this coming Friday, for those who are watching on Monday, where I stream Power Rangers, one of the donation goal milestones.
Which one?
The one on SNES.
Understandable.
Yeah, so, and I still have the other milestones laid out. Diddy's Conquest is at 300, and you can kind of see what the milestones are after that.
Diddy's Conquest.
Is it Diddy's Kong's Quest or Diddy's Conquest?
Diddy's Kong, K-O-N-G, space, Q-U-E-S-T. We have this conversation every fucking stream.
Titty's Conquest?
Yeah, Ryley is just that annoying troll that you just want to smack in the back of the head. Like,
Ryley, I
no.
love you.
Hit him with a newspaper.
Honestly.
Riley and our team, Mac and me.
I hate both of you.
Anyways, I'll be catching you guys on the later side. Anybody else somebody wants to say without making a troll joke?
I got one more. I got one more.
Monkey. Godzilla's gonna win.
Actually.